To demand that Germany pay them for what they did to 6 million of them, so-called, 40 years ago. But blacks don't even ask for being paid for 262 years, for 250 years of slave labor. We have never even asked them to pay us. Even we say, oh, they don't owe us nothing. The hell they don't. They owe us blood and nothing else. I mean, what other group of people? What other group? Listen, you got to listen, Carol. You clap if you want to. But listen, what other group of people in the world, like us? We're the most forgiving people in the world for other people, but if your sister wear your dress, you're a shooter. You will shoot her. If a brother step on your foot, you will shoot him. That's menticide. That's menticide. People keep asking, why do blacks kill blacks? Why do we treat each other so bad? Blacks kill blacks, why? Because they've never been trained to kill whites. Therefore, it's outside their field. You kill and you love people you've been trained to do that to. We have been trained, and we've been trained not to love black folks. We've been trained to kill black folks like everybody else. In the history of this country, as I said last night, in the history of this country, not one white person has ever been legally put to death, regardless of the crime they've committed against a black person. In the history of the country, not one white person has ever been legally executed, regardless of the crime they've committed against them. Yet thousands and thousands of black men and women have been killed for legal and illegal reasons of what they say that they did against whites. Somebody's got to begin to look at that. We can no longer afford to just sit here and begin to wish that things were better. They're not going to get better. They're going to get worse. Because for the first time, they have a method of exterminating people. Before y'all get too far, that I'm thinking I'm going way out here, because the day a sister called me at the radio station after I got through, and she said, Doctor, I want to let you know that you said everything. I'm in tears for what you said. She said, but I want to let you know that I had a brother here, and he said that you were from Africa somewhere, and that you were crazy as hell, and I'm having a problem with that. Let me tell you, because we do wipe each other out. You see, some of you are going to go right here and say, hey, man, that brother's radical. That brother's a militant. See, the only people who are militants are us. Anytime you say he's militant, you're talking about black folks. You don't ever hear of a militant Jew. You never hear of a militant Irish. Anytime you use the word militant, it means some fool been up talking. See, I said, well, again, we wipe each other out. He ain't got nothing to say. That's rhetoric. And then the other thing they pull on you, he's too emotional. So I'm supposed to stand up here and say, 15 black children have been killed in Atlanta. 18 are missing, 3 more missing. Now, isn't that terrible? We should look at that objectively. Say, Jews in there and Irish and all get on there and cry over everything. But when blacks somehow get up there, they say, oh, you must not be emotional. He's emotional. You must be scientific. And so these are the processes of menticide. Let me give you some more that you relate to. And I'm going to talk about the race, show you how different. One of the problems we have is because of this. The reason I'm hitting on this much is because of children. Can you imagine? And I always ask this question. Can you imagine the Jews allowing the Arabs to teach their children? Can you imagine the Germans allowing the Jews to teach their children? Even today, Jewish people do not marry Germans. Jews don't even buy Volkswagens. You ever seen a Jew driving a Volkswagen? I know somebody will say, yeah. Think about it. All I want you to do is start thinking, why are we so different? Here we are on the bottom. Why are we so different? Then I began to explain it. That's menticide. And the whole process, for example, let me give you an example of this. I want to just pick on the Catholics. Ask for being paid for 262 years, for 250 years of slave labor. We have never even asked them to pay us. Even we say, oh, they don't owe us nothing. The hell they don't. They owe us blood and nothing else. I mean, how do we treat each other so bad? Blacks kill blacks, why? Because they've never been trained to kill whites. Therefore, it's outside their field. You kill and you love people you've been trained to do that to. We have been trained, and we've been trained not to love black folks. We've been trained to kill black folks like everybody else.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. What's going on, What's going on, Considering? Appreciate you for coming through. And I wanted to talk about something, what I'm saying, but today was a crazy day, right? Today. And a lot of stuff happened, And you know what, before I even do this, I want to show you this a Black History thing, you know what I'm saying? Just because, right? Because just to get us on the right path.
Now facing its racist past.
It is hidden in a narrow patch of forest between rows of $500,000 homes. Even looking straight down, nothing betrays the mystery of what lies beneath. These tombstones are all that's left of the old Black Baptist Church at Stony Point. Look closely at the dates. Why do they all end before 1912? This is not evidence of promises broken, but of loved ones kept away, because the men, women, and children buried here were the only Black residents of Forsyth County, Georgia, for nearly all of the 20th century.
All of the Negro people had to leave. There was knocking on the door, and they were told to get out.
Elon Osby heard the story directly from her own mother, Willie Mae Bagley, just a 2-year-old back in 1912 when the Night Riders came to their home and so many others in Forsyth County.
Can you imagine the fear that they would have felt?
William and Ida Bagley paid taxes on 60 acres they owned in 1912. We could find no record of any sale in the county courthouse except those of white men later selling parcels of the Bagley's land.
Yeah, so I wanted to just show part of that, partly to give people time to come up in here, and then also to understand that what we're talking about, right? And it is true menticide. Now, this is what I want to talk about because it's been a whole crazy day. Like, first, I found out, a good brother, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what happened. Maybe it was a car accident or something, but I was in the same age as his brother. Me and his brother went to elementary, middle, high school together. He was like a couple years older than us, And I found out that brother died earlier this morning, right? And so I had to shout out to that brother. He's a good brother, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened to him, but that's crazy, right? So then, it was another thing that I'm going to show you that I want to talk about because this is a whole nother thing. But then I heard about something that happened here, right? And this is definitely an issue that I want to talk about because this is a sickness, like, and this is why I say, like, you like Bakari did a show about going out there and reaching your children. This is the group that I still don't think that we should throw them away, you know what I'm saying? But before I do this, let me show you what I'm talking about, right? So today, like, some crazy stuff happened here in Richmond, right? We're doing the graduation, right? I believe it was some brothers, they started shooting at each other, right? Doing the graduation where, families is out there doing this kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then I talk about how, because a lot of people like, man, these younger generation is just off the chains, you know what I'm saying? And I still don't totally agree because most of the younger generation was the ones graduating. But yeah, there are some crazy people within our community. And it's so crazy how one thing could happen and then nothing happens, but then we supposed to be so gangster, but I don't understand what it is other than what Bobby Wright said. We train to kill ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So like today, doing a graduation now, like for the Richmond Public Schools, right? Like, it was a Huguenot graduation, and these young brothers straight got the shooting outside the graduation. Now, I have my mom's friend, her daughter goes to the school that was supposed to be graduating next, but they canceled all of the graduations, right? So this is just crazy what we doing, like, because I still don't agree with it, but we definitely have to talk about it and diagnose all of this stuff because we got to be real, you know what I'm saying? Like, and me and Bakari had this conversation, you know what I'm saying? And I still don't think they are but we have I haven't seen this before, you know what I'm saying? So this is doing a graduation, and this is where I graduated from. you know, at the spot where we graduated at, you know, and I guess they still having the same graduation. So these young brothers straight came out here and like they got
bro. Shooting at the goddamn jump, bro. This shit scary, bro. This shit fucked up, bro. Oh, that shit fucked up. She didn't back in the building. Oh, these niggas don't make no sense, bro. They just shot the boy and killed him, man. That's crazy. This shit weird. Man, shit fucked up, bro. Yeah. That shit wild, bro. Oh, that shit wild. Kill your people right in front of the goddamn kids, man. Oh, brother, right there, man.
All right, so you see, you know, that's just some aftermath. But let me play what this sister here was. She was out there, you know what I'm saying? And these is like young brothers with each other, you know what I'm saying? So let me play this one.
Man, we out here at the graduation. How the fuck somebody done pulled up and killed one of the graduation boys on his fucking graduation day? And look at all these people. We out here ducking. They done shot 2 people. They shot some parents and every fucking thing out here at Huguenot graduation. They got the little boy out there stretched out. And this is fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Y'all need to raise y'all churn battle. Y'all need to raise y'all fucking churn battle. Because it ain't no reason why we got black men out here dying after they done fucking graduated. This shit is fucked up. Man, they done killed 2 of these people out here. Man, we gone. Hey, that's fucked up, man. Hey, don't fucking back up. Where y'all was at? Where the fuck y'all was at? That young boy already gone. And that's fucked up on his graduation day. He ain't even took his cap and gown off. I'm going. Where our people at? I'm right here.
Everybody in the corner.
I'm gone. I'm gone because I can't take this. No, I need you to come on over here. On that graduation day. On that graduation day. On his fucking graduation day. What? What? Man, people, it's fucking sickening out here, y'all. It's fucking retarded out here on people's fucking graduation day, man. They shot these people. They done killed this boy, and they done shot these parents at the Huguenot fucking graduation. Y'all need to do something with y'all fucking churn, y'all. Y'all look at all these people running because they shooting all on the back street and shit. Man, it's fucking chaotic out here, man. Y'all got parents out here shot. They got kids out here shot. Man, my fucking heart hurts so bad right now. We going that way, sir. We are.
Hey, I almost got to fight with the police.
Who?
Police.
Yeah, who did?
I almost got to fight with them.
How?
Yo.
Well, let's go.
Because they keep on pushing me. I'm backing up.
All right, well, let's go. We gone. Who? Hey, you got your tassel. Tater got hers.
Did they put your mama?
You out here, and they got parents out here shot and every fucking thing at Huguenot. The police over there are fighting with niggas behind the man. I am so hurt right now, y'all. I'm coming back. I'm coming. I just can't believe this. I can't believe that young man just walked across that stage and now he out there dead. And Richmond police show up late. They should have been here before the shit popped off.
Hey, Uncle Dre.
Dre. They got the kids' shoes out here on the ground. Everybody running.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on, Miss Vita? Yeah, it's crazy, and this is crazy because there's a lot of, and I guess you missed that, Miss Vita. That's why I was trying to wait for people to come in here so we can understand that what's going on. But this is what I'm saying, like and this is people's graduation, right? And we have some young people out here, what I'm saying, like wilding out, you know what I mean, and like, yeah, this is definitely an issue that needs to be addressed because this is a part of all of that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just other people. Like, and the sad part is, right? Not only is these like most of the young people out there doing it, we all gonna get blamed for this. Like, oh, this is just young black people wilding and stuff. Yeah, I know. That's too many people who don't care. You know what I'm saying? And you know this is the purpose of having your younger generation because we still got people that's really walking around who violate us every single day, who we are act so scared of. And that's why the other day when Bakari was talking like about within the inch of their life, this is what I'm talking about. Like he did this in front of a bunch of families, you know what I'm saying? Old people out there, kids out there for these children's graduation. You know what I'm saying? Now all the rest of the graduations is canceled. And like for what? Because you had a vendetta with them. They got the shooting, you know what I'm saying, against each other. And this is Huguenot, which is like South Side if you know anything about it. But this is the Menticide that goes on in our communities, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people don't know what it's like, you know what I'm saying? And people talk about it and not really in the hood and not understanding, you know what I'm saying? Because the majority of those young people out there was graduating, you know what I'm saying? Now, they rolled up on this young brother. I don't know what happened, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what's going on, but they did this on his graduation day, you know what I'm saying? Now, we that gangster, right? Like, it's no reason why they can roll up and shoot your children. We can roll up and shoot our own children. Like, you're going to go to jail for that. I don't understand that. Oh man, Ms. Vita, I'm sorry to hear that, And this is why this is an issue that needs to be talked about. And that's a part of getting control of your communities is taking action and doing by say that. Oh yeah, definitely you got ripped off. You got to check this one out, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I should even play that. I'll play this one last time just for like give people a chance to come on here because this is not even what I wanted to talk about, but I know people that was going through this, you know what I'm saying, that's down here and
Man, we out here at the graduation. How the fuck somebody done pulled up and killed one of the graduation boys on his fucking graduation day? And look at all these people. We out here ducking. They done shot two people that shot some parents and every fucking thing out here at Huguenot graduation.
Now this just happened a couple hours ago, you know what I'm saying? They arrested the dude, you know what I'm saying, and whatever, now the news hadn't even reported at this point that the people had died, you know what I'm saying? But two people died and two people was hurt, two adults and two, you know what I'm saying, graduates, I don't want to say children, but they were children, two graduates, and then they was over there in a shootout, over there by the college, you know what I'm saying? Now, like keep in mind there's been like hundreds, like it's been a lot of this was a high school graduation, right? Huguenot High School, so these is high school students, you know what I'm saying, doing this stuff,
They got the little boy out there
here in Richmond, Virginia. This just happened a couple hours ago, and not far from where I'm at. This is the spot where I graduated from when I was in graduation. This is where I was at,
Man, we out here at the graduation. How the fuck somebody done pulled up and killed one of the graduation boys on his fucking graduation day? And look at all these people. We out here ducking. They done shot two people that shot some parents and every fucking thing out here at Huguenot graduation. They got the little boy out there stretched out. And this is fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Y'all need to raise y'all churn battle. Y'all need to raise y'all fucking churn better. Cause it ain't no reason why we got black men out here dying after they done fucking graduated. This shit is fucked up. Man, they done killed 2 of these people out here. Man, we gone. Hey, that's fucked up, man. Hey, don't fucking back up. Where y'all was at? Where the fuck y'all was at? That young boy already gone. And that's fucked up on his graduation day. He ain't even took his cap and gown off. I'm going. Where are people at? I'm right here.
Everybody in that corner.
I'm gone. I'm gone because I can't take this. No, I need you to come on over here. On that graduation day. On that graduation day. On his fucking graduation day. What? Man, people, it's fucking sickening out here, y'all. It's fucking retarded out here on people's fucking graduation day, man. They done shot these people. They done killed this boy, and they done shot these parents at the Huguenot fucking graduation. Y'all need to do something with y'all fucking churn, y'all. Y'all look at all these people running because they shooting all on the back street and shit.
And let me tell you something that don't usually happen. You know what I'm saying? Like now, this is the first time this kind of thing happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's to be honest with you. You know, and I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't even know where that come from. Now, me and Bakari then had this conversation. That's why I sent it to him because I still disagree about throwing the younger this generation. Like now, I don't remember nobody of my generation doing that like this. I will admit that, you know. But at the same time, they was not wilding out the way that we was. Like I'm not even saying I participated, but it was not the same. There go Bakari right there. Bakari, did you see this? Where they were shooting at the graduation? Because I know we had a conversation. Now, I still disagree about throwing away our younger generation and they just lost, you know what I'm saying? Because this is probably a crazy dude that was out there wilding out, you know what I'm saying? Like out of all of the graduating young black graduates, because this was in a number of graduations. Now, my mom's friend, her daughter was supposed to graduate next. Like they was on their way to there. Theirs was the next school that was graduating that day, and they had like all of downtown blocked off, you know. Yeah, this happened right up the street, in Richmond, Virginia. If you see Altria Theater, you can look that up, you know what I'm saying, and see where it happened at. And it's like a little park side thing over here. Now, this don't happen because, like, you know, people be out there all day, every day, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what was going on, or like, you know, but it's crazy for young people to, like, you know what I'm saying, be able to do this. Now, like I said, I'm not going to say that, you know what I'm saying, is because we're going to discount all of the graduations for this one crazy dude and act like it's all of us. So we're not going to do that. But, you know, we do have to talk about, you know, because this is another part of being in charge of your own communities, to make sure like you is whatever, because the police, I don't know, man, because certain graduations, this ain't gonna be able to happen because the police is so much a presence down there. But our young people is like lost. Like if you was this gangster and enough to do this, like there should not be any person who have committed crimes against us walking, but it don't happen that way. Right? It's some reason we can only do this kind of stuff to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Shot these people. They done killed this boy, and they done shot these parents at the Huguenot fucking graduation. Y'all need to do something with y'all fucking churn, y'all. Y'all look at all these people running because they shooting all on the back street and shit. Man, it's fucking chaotic out here, man. Y'all got parents out here shot. They got kids out here shot. Man, my fucking heart hurts so bad right now. We going that way, sir. We are.
Hey, I almost got to fight with the police.
Who? Police. Yeah, who did?
I almost got to fight with. Did they with your mama?
Man, it's crazy out here, y'all. This man out here, these two guys, young black men, just graduated out here and got killed out here. And they got parents out here shot and every fucking thing at Huguenot. The police over there fighting with niggas behind the man. I am so hurt right now, y'all. I'm coming back. I'm coming. I just can't believe this. I can't believe that young man just walked across that stage and now he out there dead. And Richmond police show up late. They should have been here before this shit popped off.
Hey, Uncle Dre.
All right. So yeah, y'all see that, you said you were a little late. A friend from Jacksonville said one high school there was Crips and Bloods and needed extra police for security. And this is what I'm not understanding. How are we so tough and so this and that with each other? And especially these young people out here, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to say that, this didn't happen. And like, I didn't know people in high school that had guns, you know what I'm saying? And like, if like it was back then, it wasn't Bloods and Crips. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like this hood versus that hood, you know what I'm saying? And it probably a situation like that, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know why or what in the hell would go through somebody's mind to like do that at a graduation with all of these innocent people standing out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of crazy stuff is that? And now these kind of people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be punishment for them too. And that's what I'm talking about, But I still don't see like demonizing, all of our, but this energy that we have for each other. That's why I always be talking about the self-hatred and all of the, I know, man. Yeah, you gotta be like quiet. But nah, go ahead, get your rest, my brother. I already know. But yes, this is what I'm talking about, right? Right. It's not random people killing, you know what I'm saying? And even when black people do like that kind of stuff, they go after the person, but they having gunfights in front of like doing a graduation in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like now, even then there was the rules and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't do this around like children and all that. You don't do it at all, of course. We know that, right? But like for real, there was like rules to it where innocent, it's like old people there, people, parents, people, moms, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like rules, what's going on, bit of medicine, Koku. But yeah, man, like it's it's pretty sad, and then like of course like 2 people are dead, like 4 people were shot, 2 of them were dead, the other 2, I don't know, and they arrested the so the young brother is gonna get like burnt. They probably don't give him the death sentence or nothing, but he's going to get burnt. So you did all of that for what? Like, I don't even understand the mindset behind it. Like, you would think if you had this kind of stuff, like you would have a black mafia working for you that would take out all the things you really need to take out instead of each other. If you got the courage to do something like that and other people is walking the streets, you know what I'm saying? But it goes back to all of that. Who was you trained to kill? You trained to kill yourself so you could do something crazy like this, So it's not to say that, but also, like the sister said, man, you have to raise your children better in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And even if they turn out like that, they gotta at least know where to take it to. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't even going to talk about this because I was going to talk about something else. But I just seen that, you know what I'm saying, before I even came back. And it's probably a lot more to come about it. So y'all can like, it'll probably be on the news soon enough, you know what I'm saying? But it's of course, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, man, it's just the issues that go on because the deaths is not only from them, it's from us too, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, Maya? Well, the killing is all in our communities, and then the people who need to be armed aren't, you know what I'm saying, and we don't protect ourselves, so you know, I just wanted to show that because that's not even what I wanted to talk about, but that is a discussion, you know what I'm saying? Because I still disagree with you, Bakari, that this young generation, even though I couldn't say that we would do something that wild, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that it's not a common thing, this is what, you know what I'm saying, whatever. What's going on, Erica? But anyway, I'll keep going and show what I was going to show, though. You know what I'm saying? So if you in there, I'll let you come on here and you can have a say about that. Because I also wanted to show you this, you know, because I don't know if y'all saw this, but a sister, a mother of four, you know what I'm saying, got shot and killed by this white girl. Now, it's all coming like all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all of these people are alive that you can smoke black people and nobody can do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to other people, we don't have no courage, no heart, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now check out what happened to this sister here. You know what I'm saying?
Developing at 11, a shooting investigation in Ocala is gaining national attention tonight. The Marion County Sheriff's Office says a woman.
Oh, by the way, I just saw that too. If you're still in there, Black Magus, and I think that I'll send you a message offline because I got a idea, and so I'll talk to you offline. But appreciate you, my brother. You're right. Young people don't think past today. As Vita said, many brothers doing time committed young after 10 plus years, then realize they made mistakes, And I know that, like I got a homie that, you know what I'm saying, like with school, he was cool, never think that he was like that, play basketball, like kind of whatever. You would never think that. But one day he was out, got to fighting with somebody, and they, you know what I'm saying, the other dude got a gun, and then I don't know, they got a gun, and then he killed them. You know what I'm saying? Now this brother is still in jail, and this happened when we was teenagers, you know what I'm saying? And he's still up in jail to this day. And then it's crazy because we let our communities get violated, and then we just look at and just say, oh, well, you'll hear black people make excuses about why other people should have done this, you shouldn't have done that. But we're not going to hear the excuses, and I'm not going to make no excuses because these people need to be burnt, you know what I'm saying? Like by us, not by them, though. You know what I'm saying? We need to make lessons out of these young people like this. If you cannot reach them, to like some people has become sociopaths, you've lost them to the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe you find a way to reach it, like like you help these fellas, you go to talk to the people in the jail, you know what I'm saying, you try to offer them jobs or whatever, but you need that force to be hitters for you, not against you. You know what I'm saying? If you was that gangster to do this, then this is why I say don't say beat them within the inch of our life, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't do that to each other. We be like, no N-word, I'm gonna kill you, and then you'll roll up and do it. But the other way around, you don't freaking do that. You know what I'm saying?
Woman fired shots through her front door, killing a mom who was coming to defend her kids. News 6's Troy Campbell is in Marion County tonight explaining why the accused shooter has not been arrested or charged.
So I'll let you.
Several days after the mother was shot and killed in front of her young children, her family is demanding the shooter be arrested and charged. This while the sheriff says he's dedicated his best detectives to the case, adding he too would be upset if someone threw an object at or towards his kids.
Somebody threw something at my child, I'd be pissed off. To be frank with you.
Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods saying his detectives are still in the early stages of conducting interviews with witnesses of the shooting death of Ocala mother of four, Ajika Owens. Family members say Owens' neighbor who fired the gun should be arrested for murder.
As a mother, the protector of her children.
And before you be like, what about black on black crime? Like, you understand that young brother who did that is going to lose his life as well, even if it's be forever in prison. And as a debt, you probably got to, do what you got to do to those who do go into prison. That's your debt to be paid to black people, you know what I'm saying, while you rotting there, But like, there's a difference here because this person has shot a mom after messing with her kids, and she going over there to get their iPad back, and she done shot her and not in jail. Right? They didn't arrest her.
She wanted to know why this happen.
Marion County Sheriff Billy Wood says on Friday evening, there was some sort of confrontation between Owen's young children and a neighbor along 108th Street in Ocala. Neighbors saying one of Owen's children said the woman next door threw some sort of object at them after several months of disputes regarding her children playing on or close to the neighbor's yard. That's when Sheriff Wood says Owens walked over to the neighbor's house and knocked on the door.
She loved them with all her being. To know her is to know that her kids were everything.
Who wouldn't be upset at that, regardless if they intentionally threw it directly at them or not?
Owens' family says before the neighbor opened the door, the neighbor fired a gun at least one time through the door, hitting and killing Owens as she stood next to her young children on the neighbor's porch. Without the shooter being arrested,
she could have hit any one of them, her children or anything, because she just shot through the door.
Without the shooter being arrested, civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump tweeted Owens was killed after she, quote, knocked on the door of a white woman's residence. Working alongside Crump's firm, attorney Anthony Thomas says the delay of an arrest could be racially motivated.
These children are never going to forget what has happened to their mother. What are we as a community going to do about that? That's a great question. That's a goddamn great question, because we see if it's another black person, you'll roll up on a damn graduation like a sociopath, because you know what, sociopaths are developed, psychopaths is born, you know what I'm saying, they born and not having these emotions and feelings, and you get it out of everything that they've done to you in your communities, to where you feel like you can only do this to each other, because a real psychopath don't care who it is, right? They'll do it to anybody. But your sociopaths have been trained to only do it to your damn selves, right? So that's how anybody can keep continuously killing you, including ourselves, you know what I'm saying? But if these, because it's up to the older generation too. See, this is the part that the older generation don't want to, I'm talking about like the older men, including me in my generation, even though we supposed to be the damn crack babies and y'all the last good ones left. But anyway, you know, the generations need to be pointing them to, or at least getting them to point their guns in the right direction, if nothing else, you know what I'm saying? And how do you do this? Like Bakari was just talking about, you get out there in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Even though, and this is the part that sickens me, a lot of black men is the same ones that's making the excuses why you can't. As soon as you have a solution, it is a black man, and a lot of black people, I can't just say black men, that be like, oh, well, this won't work because such and such, you know what I'm saying? But it's not working now, as we can obviously see, because if you let them socialize your damn children, what else you think they're going to train them to do? They're going to train them to be little tools and weapons against you, right? And you know what, we're going to start hearing, oh, this gun stuff, you know, we need to do something about gun violence and all of this stuff. But, you know, the people who have the less guns, which is black people, are getting smoked the most, it seems to me. Right. I feel you, Ms. Vita. Yeah.
Sheriff Woods also says his detectives delayed interviewing Owen's children who were present in order to give them more time as they continue to grieve. Woods emphasizes just because there isn't an arrest now, it doesn't mean there won't be one in the near future.
Oh yeah, I'll keep my eye on that one. Let me see what I wanted to play.
Developing right now an feud that ended with a mother shot and killed by Owen's children. Friday, say that woman then shot her.
I wish our shooter would have called us instead of taking actions into her own hands.
Now, keep in mind, this dude was like, oh man, I'll be pissed too. I'll go over there and do the same thing that this sister did, but I'm not going to arrest her because X, Y, and Z.
I wish Mrs. Owens would have called us, in hopes we could have never got to the point in which we are here today.
Owen's family says that neighbor has a history of harassing the children and calling them derogatory names. And here's what they say happened on Friday.
She took a personal item, iPad, tablet, electronic device that belonged to a child. He tried to retrieve it. She threw skates at him. What does a child do? He goes home and he tells his mother.
They say that's when Owens.
So listen, if you're gonna go do that, man, it's almost time for you to like not only be ready to be able to win a fight, but maybe even the gun battle if it has to be. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta coach all about other black people, but that's the irony. We just like this is the menticide that goes on in our communities. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to tell you how to go in on other black people, but you don't have no smoke for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And if you think that's any different, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, you know, but the same, it still is born out of the same mindset. What do you think that they get it from? Like, it's because we ain't taking control of our communities. We ain't protecting our children. Now it's on, you know, and I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm putting that on, you know, like us, like the men that's out here now. You know, Bakari talk about mentoring programs, and you'll find more people against the programs than for them. You know what I'm saying? And finding every excuse in the book, and it's just pitiful at this point that, you know, we is looking this sad as a community, because how gangster are we? How crazy are we if we know who to do it to? Because you still fear consequences, even though you're gonna be locked up for your life. Like, you still won't do that to, well, most times, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to people like Micah Johnson, you know what I'm saying, who at least did it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's what you're gonna do, then do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but imagine if you had this as your protection instead of as your enemy. You know what I'm saying? And reaching and growing a divide further, I can only see what the children of that will be. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are we going to be in our grandchildren's age, my grandchildren's age, if we allow this to continue to happen and just throw a whole generation away? We cannot do that, especially when most of that generation is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are more willing to go to HBCUs and are more willing to like at least wear a black shirt, even though they're gonna say people of color like crazy. But I think a lot of young people is getting that, you know.
Went and knocked on the woman's door. Is not facing charges because of Florida's Stand Your Ground. Sheriff says at this moment the neighbor is not facing charges because of Florida's Stand Your Ground law. He says they have to first rule out whether this deadly force was justified. We will stay on top of this. We'll let you know.
And that's what I'm saying. And they're saying that they have to judge it for staying your ground, so it might not be murder in this case, right? So everybody can stay your ground, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Time. The sheriff says at this moment the neighbor is not facing charges.
Said ninjas with guns are gangsters. They're cowards. Yeah. Real gangsters fight straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's not gangster at all. You know what I'm saying? To do that around older people, children, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That is nowhere near gangster. You know what I'm saying? That is sick, crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. It is cowardice. You know what I'm saying? It's no different. You know what I'm saying? That is nothing but cowardice, because you ain't got the courage to do that. You know what I'm saying? To the people who needed to be done too. You know what I'm saying? Because this young brother, instead of shooting up a graduation, like, if you that gangster, he should have been on his way to go see what's his name, the dude, the Hispanic dude who shot the Trayvon Martin, or on the way to see this white bitch right here. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even piss on Carolyn Bryant grave, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, man. But, you know, each other will find reasons to do that, you know?
Because of Florida's Stand Your Ground law. He says they have to first rule out whether this deadly force was justified. We will stay on top of this. We'll let you know what ultimately happens.
All right, so let me show you. Let me see. I think this was showing something. I forget.
Explains why they can't make an arrest just yet.
Oh yeah, here we go. Why they can't arrest her?
My baby.
Yeah, Zimmerman
was so full of life.
He's still alive. What do you call that? Because that's not gangster, right? Because you still cowards. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. What do you call that? Was you willing to do something like that? But these people is walking around. We talk about how our hero, they called a dude who choked a brother out a damn hero. we all know what shit happened to him, but instead of doing that, we'll do it on each other. Like, that's not gangster. Like, what do you call that? That's like, Bobby Wright said menticide, so I'm gonna roll with that.
She was a single mother of 4.
Ajika A.J. Owens' mother, Pamela Diaz, says the neighbor that shot her daughter had a history with Owens' kids.
Harassed the children in the neighborhood, harassed Ajika Chantrell Owens' 4 babies. She called them racial slurs, the N-word, slaves.
And Marion County Sheriff Billy Wood says law enforcement had been called before.
Either the mother, Ms. Owens, is called or a shooter is called complaining about the children.
Both Owens' family and the sheriff's.
Now, this white bitch is out here messing with those little kids, and then the police know about it. Look at them. Oh, I would be mad too. I would go over there too, or she would have shot your ass too, right? But no, she wouldn't have shot him. She gonna be able to, because this violence can only happen towards us, man. Like, even when I don't even count, like, because I don't understand, like, the violence can only be towards us. At some point, bro, like, point that outward, you know what I'm saying? Like, run through a parade if you got to do something crazy, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like a brother, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, just go run through a parade, you know what I'm saying, before you do that, you know what I'm saying, before you go shoot up a graduation, or take a trip to Florida, or take a, you know what I'm saying, trip to wherever this is, you know what I'm saying, if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I can't be like, within the inch of their life, because we don't say that the other way around. We'll get on platforms like this and threaten each other instead of, you know what I'm saying, talking about how, you could have a show about solutions. You could have a show about tech. You could have a show about health. You could have a show. But let me talk about, you know what I'm saying, where we come from, or some other crazy nonsense, and it'll be, you know what I'm saying, a million people in here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming because all of this plays a part of all of it, because they, of course, block the channels and don't let it get seen. So that's a part of it. But still, we play a part of it too. And I never said that we didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to understand. That's what y'all got to understand. I never said that we didn't play a part in it. I'm only talking to Black people because we are the only part that's going to get us out of it, in fact. So I'm only talking to Black people. Right, and I don't show these kind of stuff, like, but the fact that we can only have smoke for each other is the reason why I intentionally go out the way to not have smoke for other Black people, to show that it's okay to be able to point out other people and turn our guns and our anger and our hostility from inward and point it in the right direction, so that all of this will stop. All of the because you think that the broken homes was by accident. You think that the crack epidemic was by accident, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. You think that we don't know our history now by accident? You know what I'm saying? If we think that Christopher Columbus was Black today, and now they about to ban CRT, what do you think our grandchildren going to be arguing about? They're going to be talking about whether the transatlantic slave trade, it was Black people selling white people, right? And we owe them reparations. That's where this is kind of heading. I wish I was joking, but it probably is, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have no smoke for nobody else. And that's why I intentionally don't try to have smoke for Black people on here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's enough minstrel show people on here. We have too many bad examples. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Raw? Holly Favor said, my daughter recently had a Karen neighbor knock on her door because her daughter didn't make a complete stop at the stop sign. Like, they are. That's what I'm saying. And you might want to be strapped up because they're using this fear thing and like, oh, I was scared. Like, give them a reason to be scared, because like you never know what they could do. All day, every day, we bang on. Ms. Vita said, all day, every day, we bang on each other. It's nothing new. Look at Malcolm and Martin. Black hands involved. Of course, it's hurtful. Yet we who care must stand up. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And you got to expect that. And that's a part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was kind of talking about what I was talking about last time. And, You know, with Ben, my brother go get infiltrated easily because if you just say a certain word, he gonna you know all the same intel and it's the same it's the same thing, bro. If you can't give no passes, bro. Like you protect your community. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she did what any mother would do. You know, Merritt and Crump, they absolutely know what time it is. Yeah, and yo, you know, you one of the few people that say that dude Lee Merritt, he be on just as much things as Ben Crump and the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really point him out. So yo, shouts out to the Rainbow Goddess for that one. But yeah, man, we are only programmed to hate on ourselves, and we giving them even more control over our children. Like this is also your warrior class. You know you need soldiers to defend whatever you're gonna build, right? You don't need those soldiers to turn inward and kill you and shoot up graduations. You need them to go drive through parades. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Law enforcement had been called before.
Either the mother, Ms. Owens, is called or a shooter is called complaining about the children.
Both Owens' family and the sheriff say the neighbor threw a pair of skates Friday, hitting one of Owens' children.
Now she threw some skates at some children, right, and hit them threw some damn skates, right. Now tell me what would you do as a damn parent? But as Cassandra would say, man, yo, make sure you have your candy bar with the peanuts, extra peanuts. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to pull this, like they came on my property, I was scared. You see them pulling up in their driveway and saying people is threatening them and stuff like this, like because they're on a particular code, you know what I'm saying, where they on some wipe out the enemy type stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we are co-signing with that, and we can only have the smoke and say that we deserve to be. It's almost like we think we deserve to be wiped out or something. I don't understand it. Like,
her mother says Owens went and knocked on that neighbor's door.
A closed, locked door. Door never opened. My daughter, my grandchildren's mother, was shot and killed with her 9-year-old son standing next to her. She had no weapon. She posed no imminent threat to anyone.
The sheriff says his office is still investigating and says right now they're still missing a side of the story.
Because we want to see.
And both sides is bad. Remember, y'all, our brother came on there telling us it's bad on both sides.
Justice, and we want to ensure that we get the facts right, especially in a case to this level. We just don't take always one side because it doesn't always paint the full picture.
Owens' family is calling for an arrest, but the sheriff says there is a specific reason one can't be made. Stand your ground law.
People don't understand is that law has specific instructions for us in law enforcement.
Wait a minute. So you telling me that if I'm in Florida, okay, I'll just say in Florida, right? You know, look into your local gun laws, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm in Virginia where they definitely about the gun rights, you know what I'm saying? You know, and the white boys is not going to let them take them guns from them. I can tell you right now, but they're going to use these events like what happened to try to talk about gun violence and stuff like this. That's why I even was talking about John Moran and stuff. That who you think they're trying to take the guns away from? They're not taking away from them good old white boys or any other group or their army or their police. Only you Negroes, and we signing up for like like siege gun training, which includes pointing it the other direction. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. Gun safety is the key, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Gun training and all of that. Not get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna use this kind of stuff to do this, and then we'll be, man, if you're gonna go knock on our damn door, be ready and expect anything. You know what I'm saying?
Instructions for us in law enforcement. And any time that we think or
already setting her up,
believe that might come into play, we cannot make an arrest. The law specifically says that. We have to rule.
So that would mean if I smoke his ass, right? Because it only matters who is enforcing the damn law. And we see that we ain't enforcing nothing right now at this point. You know what I'm saying? In fact, we agreeing with the other way around. You know what I'm saying? But even the people who say the crazy it ain't no different from the people who, you know, that's where those mindsets come from. And then you get those people who willing to take those actions, man. But imagine telling them to drive through a parade instead of go to a not within the in-store life, go down to whatever what a chink live at, you know what I'm saying? Go down there. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he was to use that energy to go down to where that chink at who shot the 14-year-old in the back. But no, he's gonna go back to his store in the black community and probably shoot at somebody else. I don't know.
That may come into play. We cannot make an arrest. The law specifically says that. And what we have to rule out is whether the deadly force was justified or not before we can even make the arrest.
The sheriff called his resolve to find the truth unwavering. His friends, family, and people.
Now, coming from the same dude who just said, I would be mad too. We've had multiple calls. She's been messing with the kids. She took their iPad. She shot this woman through the door, right? Even though he would be in the same situation where he would have got shot through the door, but you got to investigate. You know what I'm saying? Highly favored said, new stand your ground laws. Okay, Bakari. Highly favored said, you gotta investigate, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Bakari, mute the YouTube jump.
I am muted. You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It was supposed to be muted. I hit the mute button.
Okay. Yeah, it's all good now. It's good now. Let me read these jumps and then I'm gonna pass it to you. She said all these new laws like stand your ground law, no gun license needed, etc. is a setup for our murders. Cop City is a preparation for a race war, which they approved. You know what I'm saying? She said, Ms. Vita said, in my experience, they shoot happy guys are not soldiers. They are cowards who always turn on you. They could be useful for our cause. That's what I'm saying. If we was to pound the pavement like Bakari talks about, you know what I'm saying? And instead of making excuses why we don't, you know what I'm saying? Pure madness, they already have enough evidence to see, yeah. But yeah, what up, Bakari? My bad. I'm sorry, my brother. You hear me, Bakari?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. You was muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think one of the problems with these records, well, this is not a problem what they do. The problem I have, too many people call them soldiers. Too many people call the people in prison. Look, man, we call the people that shooting each other, them our soldiers. That's our warrior class. The people in prison, that's our warrior class. So if that's our warrior class, we might as well just shut the hell up, because if we waiting on them to break out to fight because they the warrior class, it ain't gonna be no fight. And who are they fighting when they do what they did? Those are not soldiers, not soldiers for us anyway. I think we just gonna have to just be honest about that. They are not the soldiers. They are not the warrior class. They are not that. Man, you got to start looking in the mirror and see yourself as the soldier. See yourself as the warrior class. Can it be changed? Can it be shaped and turned into a soldier or a warrior class? Yeah, but it's gonna take pounding the pavement. It's gonna take going out there dealing with them, because the only difference in them and most of this YouTube stuff is they have guns killing each other on the streets. People on YouTube just make so they show everything wrong that and talk negative about black. That's the only difference. One of them have ammo killing, and the people on social media, black people on social media, the bigger channels that is, have verbal ammo towards other black people. Come on, man, when we sit and we figure out a way to condone calling each other the N-word, then you look, I'm willing to bet you, and I wouldn't have, I've been around some things, I'm willing to bet you that as they were shooting at those black folks, they were saying F you, F you N-word, I'm gonna kill you N-word. I'm willing to bet you. Even the woman who was filming it, look, they fighting, and the police fighting to him. They fighting him round it, wherever they was at fighting. So it's us as a whole, and it's us who don't want to get in the streets when we think of excuses or why we shouldn't be in the streets. But mad because other people won't do it, but the people that mad because other people ain't doing it, they're not doing it. In all honesty, man, we just got to realize, for me anyway, I ain't gonna say we got to realize, I'm gonna tell you, I stopped trying to change people. If I can reach the youth, if there's some I can talk to, I'll talk to them. But I'm gonna tell you something, forecast. I heard some of you say when you say the older generation. Cause see, y'all don't understand. The youth hear y'all when y'all say the older generation too old to talk. See, that's what I was saying. So when y'all say that, now y'all can't come back and say the older generation need to reach to them. A lot of this stuff people listen, so then we put that in their head. And just like I said before, when stuff start to go really south, people gonna say, where's the older generation? The older generation is the people that certain generations have told to be quiet and get out the way because they too old. They don't understand the youth. So the people that don't understand the youth should be talking to the youth. I think the people that feel they understand the youth should be out there talking to the youth. Now, I mean, personally, I deal with them. I got kids. I understand them. Some I can talk to. Some I can't. Some gonna be extremely disrespectful. Some is not. The ones I can talk to, I talk to. The ones I can't, I keep it pushing. And I'm just being honest. So the ones who understand them, they need to be out there talking to them. And I'm not trying to say nobody was trying, but what I'm saying is when we put something out there in our youth here, in our youth constantly here, there's no need for them to listen to people once they get a certain age. Even though those people that's a certain age trying to keep their ass out of jail, trying to keep them above ground, trying to help them do something with their lives. But when it's constantly said, these people need to be quiet, these people need to be quiet, these people need to be quiet. I'm just saying, it's a whole lot of messages that need to be saying. And by the way, what's up, everybody in the chat? And Mayot, the Rainbow Goddess, she said she said the pale ones are on cold. Hey, they on cold. Go ahead, Forecast. Thanks for letting me speak.
Yeah, definitely, my brother. And we talked about this, Bakari, and off the phone, and I on the phone and stuff like that. And I still disagree with, like, what I'm saying, like what we was talking about. But like when I say older generation, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the like my generation. We're older than them. It's up to us. Like, I'm talking about like me and our generation, But I wouldn't even put it at that because like the thing is, Bakari, you try, like you are. I'm talking at this point, we need the people that will and is about it and the people that ain't, because it's people your age that is about it, people your age that is not about it. And the same with my generation, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, I wouldn't say like, because there is a lot of older brothers, like, you know what I'm saying? I would say, because even with MD2, but when I think when we talking about is like I don't even want to get into that part because like I agree with what you're saying about like with the younger generation, and I don't think that they are somehow. Now this was crazy as hell, you know what I'm saying, but like, and I agree with you about the N-word part, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time I'm like, when you say the warrior class, right? Like, yeah, I'm really talking about the next generation because like we lost them by throwing away the last one. So now they're a problem instead of like something that can be led the right way. But even if we do reach out, because like you said, you're going to try, but then we'll get pushback from other brothers, especially who be like, no, don't go out there and like pound the pavement and all that stuff. That's crazy. Yeah, it'll never work. You know what I'm saying? So no wonder like they feeling like it's no. Now there are some people that's crazy that you're not gonna say, you know what I'm saying, but you also don't have no institutions to protect yourself. But
like, yeah, you are the warrior class, but it's up to you to groom the next generation. Us, like, not you. I'm talking about as Black people. It's up to us to groom the next generation. You know what I'm saying? At least if they're gonna be crazy, at least have the right mindset behind it. You know what I'm saying? Not to save any damn body. You know what I'm saying? But to teach the younger generation, and then the ones that you maybe can talk to, you reach out to them like, yo, okay, so I'm doing business, right? And how about this? I'll offer you like free ice cream on Sundays if you got an ice cream shop, or I'll offer you this part of my business, or I'll give you this discount or something, but you help me protect my business. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have a brick and mortar store. Like, instead of like condemning them, find ways to work together. It's not all them and it's not all us, you know what I'm saying? Or you or any generation. It's a collective thing. But until we are working together as a collective, it's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Bukari.
You know, Ms. Vita put in the chat, some of these parents, they teach lawlessness. Yes. They don't want you saying nothing to their kids. Some of them. And some of them have good parents, and then they choose their life. Ms. Vita is right on both parts. But how do you reach them? Because see, this is what I tell folks, right? Social media ain't gone. Social media, I don't care how many people think watching. And they can say, and I say this all the time, they can say turn off the TV or whatever. Social media is the worst influence on Black people, on our youth, than TV. And I'll stick to that. But we got to look at us and see what we're gonna do about this. White people ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'll say they aren't supposed to, because the system is working in their favor. So why should they do something about it? It's like it's on autopilot now. For the most part, they still do stuff, but for the most part, they don't have to do nothing, especially to our youth. Man, my daughter just graduated high school like a couple weeks ago. It was 5 kids that went to her school. I don't think they graduated. I know the dudes did. Ranging from age 16 to 19. Within 2 weeks after graduation, 5 of them gone to prison for multiple murders, ranging from the age 16 to 19. That is sad, man. And that's why when I looked at that stage, see, we can say we need our own school. But until we get there, I'm a firm believer in using what you got. Thanks, Bawan. African American men was not walking across that stage. African American young men, 18, they were not walking across that stage. They were not walking across that stage. I talked to my homeboys where they go to school. African American men when walking across that stage. We have fallen so far. And when we disrespect getting an education, it trickles down. Now, you might find a couple of girls that fall in with the men, but African American girl was walking across that stage. And I'm gonna be honest, man, if it wasn't for, and this said my daughters, if it wasn't for as some people call them, tethers, if it wasn't for people from Africa, Black people from Africa and other parts of the diaspora, it wouldn't have been many Black men, young Black men, graduating high school. And that's just from my daughter's school, and that's just a fact. In my homeboy said the same thing about his schools. About 3 or 4 different can say this. They say the same thing about their schools. And we talk about other, but I'm telling you, Mexicans, they're men, they're surpassing, they're going to school, they're graduating college, everything at a high rate. The stuff that we want to fight about and argue about, other people look to take advantage of it. I mean, my homeboy was talking today. We were talking. We saying the next 5-10 years, it's gonna be at least 5 to 10 HBCUs that's gonna be majority Hispanic, because they ain't sitting around talking about we got to call them out for this. Oh, we got to do this. No, they're just taking advantage of the opportunity that's there. The school is cheaper. They can afford to go. They're going to get an education. African American men, we are falling behind. And I'm just being honest. And when we say we don't want to pound the pavement and talk to none of our youth, we don't want to pound the pavement and talk to our people, we don't want to be a part of no type of mentoring program to try to get our children on the right path, we are a part of them falling behind. We are, all of us. If we are not trying to talk to none, if we're not trying to create a mentoring, if we're not trying to create a mentoring program, if we haven't created something where we can get up in them schools, look past ideologies, find a preacher from a church, because they're going to trust them, who will let them get up in them schools, the way the part of the thing that I was doing, where we had a man in the schools every day. Somebody from the program didn't work at the school, but was allowed to be in that school every day to see what's going on. If we are not willing to create those things so our men can be in there, to have a real presence, to know what's going on so we can correct it, then mentoring after, and we sitting back watching and complaining, and the complaining ain't doing nothing, we are complicit with what's going on if we are not trying to do anything about it. And on that, I yield the mic.
Right, yeah, I agree with you. And highly favored, she agree with you. We need to beat the pavement. Our kids need an intervention. What up, Buwana? They gotta compete, can't just check out. Ms. Vita said most of our young men are afraid, fear of losing their life over BS. Most of our young men don't have a very positive black man in their corner. And that's the issue. You know, a lot of brothers aren't willing to put in that work. That's why I will definitely include your generation, Mukari, and y'all can't be talking about some I'm old, I checked out and I did this. I don't care if you like 94, bro. If you still on it, you still have you we all as the older, because I'm not just excluding myself at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like as older black men, it's up to us to lead the youth, you know what I'm saying? Like this is our job, you know what I'm saying? And I hear way too many black men saying this, but I also want to say, Bukhari, because people will like use this kind of thing to act like all of our young black youth is lost. Because I actually have more faith in the youth than a lot, because we talk like a lot of the younger black generation is like, I want to go to a HBCU, or at least proud to say they black, even though we hear a lot of the people saying this on the internet, but that's like not even like young kids, that they the ones who's listening to this stuff. But from what I see, like I see that, you know, like they have their melanin always shirts on anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like the thing is, you know, like I want us to realize, you know, like, yo, even with those 5 young brothers, you know what I'm saying, that is doing crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying, and maybe lost to the game, you know what I'm saying? But all of the other kids in those, or children in those graduations, you know what I'm saying, it's way more doing the right thing. And they also need help. They also need mentors and people to talk to them and be there for them. So it's not just about the lost crazy ones, you know what I'm saying? It's about the ones that's not lost, who may be in the middle, or you can persuade. It's not trying to be like everybody, but you also got to put in the work before you can do that. And then like I said, Bukhari, I don't understand how a young brother could go do that at a graduation with old people. And and my mom's, what my mom said, like, yo, I'm scared to go to our friend's daughter graduation party because of what they might do. And I don't, like what you told me about the graduation party, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, we can't just sit there and complain about it and let them take even more control over our children's mind. Like, like you talk about, like, and like I gave you a considered credit. Like, I don't know if you heard it when you got off. Like, I know that even when it comes to HBC, because y'all was calling out the problems with HBC, which is right. But you, Cassandra, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was gonna be down there at the school. They're gonna hear what y'all got to say. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we just don't see that a lot, you know, and I think all of that comes down to all of us doing our parts, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely say the older generation still got to be held accountable. My generation, all of us have to be held accountable because it ain't gonna work no other way. They're not gonna learn no other way. And if we let the younger generation under them, like the middle schoolers and elementary kids, see this and let them see us, let them go wild and not check them, like it'll get worse, I think, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
I agree. Everybody is accountable. I absolutely agree that everybody is accountable. Everybody. But what I'm okay, in a lot of this stuff, and once again, I'm gonna go back to the people that's been called warriors, the ones that are locked up. And I know it's not all on that locked up, but I can say this: a lot of this stuff these young people are doing, they are doing to get in the game. And it's the old people who've been locked up a lot of years telling them to do it. That's why you find so many of our young people doing it. Oh, they've been told you ain't gonna be in jail that long. That's why you find so much of our youth doing it. That look, man, I'm gonna tell you something. And I learned this. I saw this guy one day. He went to school with my kids. He was in between them. A year younger than my son. A year older than my daughter, right? And grade ahead of my daughter. But he was running one day, and I saw he was running from the police. I said, they ain't gonna catch him. I knew they wasn't gonna catch him. Well, about 3 weeks later, he get caught, allegedly, breaking in somebody's house. Gang initiation. You know what part of you know what the initiation was? He went in there, got a little 12-year-old boy. Part of the initiation was to make that little boy hold him and make that little boy perform oral sex. This shit is coming from the prison that our young people are doing that we are calling warriors. That's who this stuff is coming from. Matter of fact, it's a dude he be on YouTube. He say that's when he got out of the game because he saw how old people in prison who've been there a long time, and when they get out, that's a big part of the initiation is to mess with them. Ms. Vida, I'm sorry to hear about you losing your child to gun violence. But the people that we're calling warriors, they are the ones that's causing a lot of this stuff in the streets. I'm telling you, that's why. Look, dude, I can right now, and I can just show you in Compton where I live, and you can see, yes, that's gang initiation now. Well, you can see 13, 14-year-old kids finna go to what they call it for 5 till they turn 18. Then they free.
Oh, juvenile.
Yeah, then they free. They get to start over. And from my homeboy that worked in the juvenile detention center in the juvenile jail, they end up claiming gangs. And they acting like they are always, they are acting like they're in prison. Now I'm telling you what people told me who worked in there, the stuff them people in jail in juvenile doing to each other, and they doing it so when they go to jail or if they get out or however it works, they can have some type of rep inside of the game. Yes. So the people that we are saying are warriors, who we think is warriors, those are the ones that's them, and these people and a lot of social media folks. I'm gonna show you something. Just get on there and find anybody telling a prison story. Just get on YouTube and find somebody telling a prison story. From telling a prison story and everything that happened in prison, watch how quick they get up to 10, 15, 20, 25,000 subscribers. Just watch. I don't understand why we have such a fascination with prison. But that's almost like what the one dude told me. Yeah, man, he a little younger than me. Shit, I'm 51. I think he like 41, 42. So we were younger then. Shit, man, I ain't no punk. I got my street cred. I did my time. Ain't nobody gonna try me. I did my fire. Huh? You did your time. You did your time? That make you a man? Cause you done sit up there and been locked up for 5 years? Then come to find out they had locked him up with some damn skinheads, or Aryan Brotherhood. And he was on the block where they say wasn't many black people there. And how they had turned him out. But he got street cred. That's why it bothered people when I say I'm not a part of a prison program. Not that I'm turning my back on prison. I don't do prison reform. We need to do a cultural reform. I want to do a stay out of prison program. And how would they stay out of prison? They would stay out of prison. Let's say hypothetically, we could own a few community-owned businesses, and now they have jobs. And that would help them stay out of prison. Just because someone been in prison, that don't mean he's a bad person. Somebody get out of prison, I won't turn my back on someone that's in prison, but I want to do a cultural reform. A cultural reform for me is better than a prison reform. And because as you do prison reform, we got to understand who we fighting for. You're fighting for that white boy that walked in that church in Charleston, South Carolina and killed all them black folks. You're fighting for that one in Buffalo, New York that went into that grocery store and killed all those people. That's what we're fighting for. I'm just saying on that, I yield the mic.
Yeah, no, I feel you, Bakari. And and I agree with you. There needs to be programs, for the young people doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying, and focus on them as even if there is people trying to
Hey,
create jobs.
let me respond to two things right quick. Let me say this. Bawana, some people are committing crimes because lack of jobs. Stealing, robbing, yes. And Miss Vita, I'm from Mississippi, and that dude went to jail in Mississippi. She said she had never heard of skinhead with black. Now, it was the black with the skinheads. And I'm from Mississippi, they intentionally put him in there.
Yeah. And too, and Miss Vita said, I don't complain, but I'm female. Boys, young males don't want to hear me. I'm not assaulted, just handcuffed. And and it's up to like men to, talk to me. But I also think that, women need to guide younger women too, as far as the elders in our community. Like we all guide each other. Like, I think that, it might be harder for a young boy to listen. And that's up to me and Bakari to get them in shape and in line, you know what I'm saying? Or else, But the problem is there's nowhere or else, right? And then when like we say that they are soldiers, they're just not our soldiers at this point. They're being used to cause so much damage to our communities, you know what I'm saying? They're like they are growing up with so much hatred. They are doing all these things to young black people. You know what I'm saying? They are causing destruction. They are used as soldiers, you know what I'm saying, against us, you know what I'm saying? Instead of us taking control and maybe we got hope with the next generation. This is what I'm saying. And not losing sight of all of the young people who is not acting like it's all of these young people out here doing this. Because this is the part I disagree about, because we just make it seem like, one group of people represents most young people, but that's not true. You know what I'm saying? There's just as many going to HBCUs. There's a lot more that's just regular black people out here, you know what I'm saying? And it's up to us to create for that youth too, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe you'll prevent, you know what I'm saying, more things that happen within your community. But you know what? There'll always be robbing, stealing, killing, no matter how long we live on this earth. You know what I'm saying? There are going to be people who commit crimes against whatever rules of your society. You know what I'm saying? The problem is at this point in time, we don't have no way of punishing people who commit crimes against our communities. And that includes ourselves.
And when we don't have control over our youth, what do we think they're going to do? They're going to grow up and hurt each other and destroy each other. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we lose them to their systems. We don't want to go up there and talk about it or go to their schools. We make excuses why this won't work, why that won't work. And I hear a lot of brothers like, I'm not going to do this or do that because for whatever reason, I done did my time. No, you still got time to do if you still here, because the generations, all of those people, if you giving up on all of those people. That's what, we need to focus on, and then having, a way to protect our community and make sure that the people who do commit the crimes, you punish them in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Bakari, you want to say something? Because
yeah, I'm gonna tell you something, right? So now I'm gonna talk about the positive from what I see from some of our youth. Like I said, with me having high school children, I get to see a lot, right? Well, college age, when my daughter just graduated, my son will be a junior next year in college, my daughter will be a freshman. So with me having, I'm gonna tell you something I do see. The unity that Black people talk about, I'm talking about with don't care where you from, being Black, age 25 and under. That's the generations that's gonna bring what we've been fighting for so long. And the reason being, more Black people is coming here from other countries, and you start to see they date more. Like you find young African kids from the continent with African American girls, vice versa, from the Caribbean, vice versa. So I see that generation 25 and younger, because they all hang out, they all friends, it's like they're close. They're very close. You see that they are very close. And they cool, so they'll crack jokes. But as far as being like tight from the Caribbean, like one of my son, Haiti, Jamaica, his girlfriends was Nigeria and Ghana. And I see his friends when they come by, they a lot of, my daughter, her friends. And that's the generation. That's the generation that we will see people hanging together regardless of where they're from and regardless of religion. They even look past that. Like my daughter and a couple of her friends, they have a friend from the Gambia who's Muslim, right? And they did Ramadans with her just on the strength that they are friends. None of them were Muslim, but they went through Ramadan with their friend to show support to their friend. So I see that generation 25 and under. And another thing, right? When we say school ain't for everybody, it's this young man. He 18. He just turned 18 right before he graduated. He learned how to build window frames, right? He learned how to build window frames. And he just started a week ago. They graduated on May 25th. He started his job a week after graduation, and at age 18, he's making $1,000 a week building window frames. He's gonna know how to run his own business. He's gonna build those frames. He's gonna know how to install them. He's gonna know how to do everything by the time he's 25. So I'm not gonna act like all of our youth is bad. I said the bad, so then I wanted to talk about some of the good that I see in our youth as well. Because I do believe it's more good than bad. The good, for some reason, with everything we do, tend to get more attention than the bad tend to get more attention than the good. But I wanted to mention some of the good I see in some of our youth too, and being part of a mentoring program. I see how young man changed his life. He graduated high school. Now he's on his way to trading school. So so I wanted to touch on it. So I wanted to touch on the good too. So I yield the mic because I had to talk about them as well.
Yeah, definitely. And Koku said, and most committed crimes can go and get little jobs, but don't want the responsibility of answering to a boss. We must be honest. Lots don't want the 9 to 5 where they have to be responsible. I understand what you're saying, and maybe you don't want to employ them. You know what I'm saying, but there are a lot that do want that will be responsible. But even with that, like especially if we are creating the jobs in the first place, and then like the type of jobs it is, and the people that's not down for that stuff, you know what I'm saying, like then you gotta that is what it is. You still gotta protect your community by having people, men that is willing to also do the other side of it, which is do the armed patrol part of it, you know what I'm saying, like which could be a paid thing that if the socialism people, you know what I'm saying, can get together and make us a play police thing, you know what I'm saying, if they want to, but it's important to get to your children's minds, and that's why it's important, like what Kari said, you go to the schools and you actually be there and make a difference and let your voice be heard there, instead of not going to do that. And you make sure that you not only their schools but try to support your own. You have people building our own school systems so that our young people come up with it's easier to teach and instill values and all of that stuff into younger children than it is to young adults, you know what I'm saying, especially teenagers. Every one of us have been teenagers, and even if you're not wilding out, you still got a rebel spirit in you and all of this stuff where you're not listening. And that's what I'm saying, we've all been there where you're not listening. I know I have, you know what I'm saying, where I didn't even want to listen. We all been through those teenage times, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, there is a lot of the youth that is listening and stuff like that. But also, if we're not doing stuff to be like, look, we're making a change, because a lot of this stuff comes from the economic problems that we have and being hungry. And then it leads to one thing. Then you get to the point where you're a sociopath and we'll do some crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we can't like just criticize them while we're doing nothing. And especially if we're not protecting the community, because guess still at the end of the day, guess who is getting hurt by those people? It's other Black people who's not doing that. It's the youth who's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's us that's all affected. So we're the only ones that's going to be able to clean up our community. And Ms. Vita said we have a lot of positive youth, which is great. Yeah, we also have a lot of youth who caught in the crosshairs who's trying to be positive. A bullet does not have no one's name on it. And that's the truth, And again, that's a part of like, like Bakari, you talk about having the gun safety stuff, but like a lot of women only show up. But even to that point of gun safety, knowing how to use it, knowing where to point your gun is also important. You may not be able to save an adult, you may not be able to save a teenager, but children minds can be molded, especially in the generation, you know what I'm saying? And if we're not going out there to be a part of the schools and create programs that we need to do, then and we also can't cry about them taking, because they're using them as soldiers just against us, and it's working. They don't want to be a mature adult. A part of being a mature adult is doing things you don't want to do. Yeah, that's a fact. And there are going to be people that's like that no matter what society you have. So even if you make your own society, guess what? It's going to be somebody who steals, going to be somebody who kill, all of that. The point is, it's out of control because there's no consequences for anybody or anything, Bakar, you want to say something? I'm gonna skip the last part of what I was the other thing I wanted to show, but I'm gonna finish what we were showing. You saw the thing with the sister?
What the white lady shot her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Yeah. Well, I want to say this, right? So I don't sit and try to act like I'm perfect, but I can tell you something, right? I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I was raised in this life how to do activism, but shit, pardon my French. If I sit here and act like I have never done anything, I would be lying. At the age 19, I was facing 20 years. I didn't get no time. And I didn't get no time due to the fact of who my parents were, and the people let me off, and I didn't see what I was doing. But yes, I've done things. So when I say I don't worry about the one, because I look at myself, right? Shit, I damn near did 3 years. The dude threatened to beat my wife up when she was pregnant, so I went to beat him with a baseball bat. Right? She called me. He wouldn't let her in the spot that dropped our kids off at the daycare. I was facing 3 years then. But when I say what I say about the prison, because I said about myself when I thought I was gone and I just knew I was gone, I told man, shit, don't call me. I ain't gonna call you collect. You get on with your life. Don't worry about me. I got to handle this. I don't want to be in there worry about you. And that was that was my take on it. And people said I was selfish at that, but that's just how I saw it. Don't worry about me. I'm gone for the next 3 years. You ain't gonna see me. I don't want no visitors. I don't want no letter. I ain't gonna call nobody. I'm gonna make it here on my own. I told everybody that. My whole family. Don't worry about me. When I get out, I'll give y'all a call. But don't worry about me. Because I'm gonna be all right. And maybe because that was my mindset. Maybe that's why it's easy to say I don't worry about that, but I worry more. But I do think we need a cultural reform. I do think we need a cultural reform, but hey, that's me. Other people might think otherwise, but I think cultural reform, and that don't mean saying cultural reform don't mean I don't care about somebody. Excuse me, that's locked up, or means that that's been locked up. Because I've had a couple of people that's been locked up that I gave jobs to. I didn't care. I didn't care, but the fact that they made a mistake or they did what they had to do to survive, sold a little weed or whatever, that didn't bother me. That didn't bother me. So we need a cultural reform, though. I don't know if they was gonna worry or not. I wouldn't worry about if they was gonna be worried or not, man. I just didn't want them to. So that was just my thinking, Bwana. That was just my thinking. Yeah, we do need to stop relying on that justice system, Ms. V. You know, I walk around, I got a bullet in my back now. I ain't gonna try to act like I've been. I ain't gonna try to act like I limp sometime now when I walk. Hey, man, why you walking slow? Shit, because I don't want to limp. Because if I speed up right now, I'm gonna limp. The bullet, they couldn't get it out, so it swells up every now and then. And I can't even sit down. I was hit in the back, missed my spine by less than a quarter of an inch. I've been on both sides. I've been on the activism side more, but even when I was on the activism, I ain't never sold drugs in that. And that was my moral compass. I said I didn't want to do anything that I thought would mess up the community. Most of the people I fought were gangbangers, and I'm just being honest, because they wanted to be bullies. That's who I fought the most was gangbangers. And I used to enjoy a fight. I used to say me versus five was a fair fight. So, but that's what that's what I did. So, I that's how I can. That's why I can tell you about some of the things these young people are going through, and I can tell you who's talking to them and who's putting it in their head. It's the older people that been locked up. It's a 380. It's a 380, Bwana. It was a bullet for a 380. Thank God it wasn't a 9mm because he shot me I was real close. A 380. I'm tough. Don't want to be. Not in that sense anyway. I yield it, mate.
Well, yeah, Bakari, but and that's the thing, Bakari. So don't you think like that's one of the major reasons why like people like that can be like the people who reach out to the youth? Like I think we all need to be doing it, but like when people understand and like know that you can relate, they would listen to you a lot more. Like Ms. Vita said earlier, you know, she was involved in a lot of it. And most of our so-called bad youth weren't. They were just caught up looking for a mentor to lead them. And I seen it too. Like even though I never got caught up in like none of the crazy, like, but of course, being where I'm from, like, that's just what's around, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go visit my cousin, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that, and it is what it is. Yeah, definitely. Let me put the link in there for Erica for sure. And that's just what it is, though. You get caught up in all of that, let me see. All right. But it's like she said, though, a lot of our youth are just looking for mentors. So like brothers like you know what I'm saying, like, who can, like, I can relate to, like, to it on the start. Like, I done been to this, but I was never in the gangs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of the people who, what I'm saying, had both parents. Like, don't get me wrong, like, because in the 90s, like the street across from my house, like Idlewood, you know what I'm saying, like I couldn't even walk on there. But by now it's like white people walking their dogs and stuff on that street. It's not the same as it used to be. They had like the dog pound gang and all of that stuff back then, and I get what the youth was about, and I understand why a lot of that stuff comes from. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know that not giving up on them is important, because that's the thing that they felt, that everybody gave up on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that we not even, like, the youth is not crazy as we was in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's still crazy people out there, they not wilding out like we was back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my generation. So, Erica here. So what's going on, Erica?
Hey, I got something to tell y'all.
What's up, Grandma used to say?
Hey, because now, do y'all remember when my hand first started hurting?
Yeah.
They amputated that finger on the 26th. I just got pain medicine today because the doctor told me that I was going to have to get through the pain. And he told me, I'm not giving you any pain medicine. See, we being hit on all sides. These white people they hate us. They ain't playing with us. Who get a limb amputated and no pain meds or anything for it?
I'm sorry to hear that, but you are absolutely right. That's unheard of. You go through something like that, yes, you get pain meds. So you've been having to deal with pain all this time?
I've been in agony. That's why I haven't been talking to y'all. Because I've been in agony. I've been hurting real bad. And so that he kept telling me, you're going to have to ice it. I'm not giving you any pain medicine. You're not getting any pain meds. I talked to a nurse practitioner today, named Amanda. She's black. And I told Amanda what was going on. And Amanda made an emergency appointment for me today. And I finally got the pain meds and stuff, the antibiotics and stuff that I need. The Listen, when he amputated the finger, he didn't even put me to sleep. He just deadened the hand. I've never been through this. We getting hit on all sides, and some of us think it's a game.
Yeah, that's crazy, Erica. And that's the issue, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, people should be beating down their doors, but nobody want to hear or deal with the real issues, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the kind of stuff that we should be mad about, not even when it get to the extreme level. The extreme is just the outcry of all of this stuff in our community. Like, you don't think that people respond when we see this, and then we lose our youth and losing more of our youth who is going to be the ones that take care of us, you know what I'm saying, that actually care. We know that even the black doctors in their system don't care. It's the whole system, it got to be destroyed, and we lost on that. That's the only reason why I point out the African American stuff. Like, the American way, that is the American way, you know what I'm saying, to deny you the things that you're supposed to need. Like, but it's up to us to make sure that this kind of stuff don't happen on all fronts, not just when it gets to the damn extreme, you know what I'm saying? And also leading the youth to be in a position to where they are the ones we can go to, so we don't have to worry about that kind of treatment. Like, it's like, you know, it's this, and that's a part of it, you know what I'm saying, that we relying on somebody else for our medical treatment, to educate our children, to feed us, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you think we get sick in the first place, you know what I'm saying? And then it's no different from when we get caught up on drugs, or, like, you know, even the things that's not good for us, like drinking and all that other stuff, to, like, kind of dull the pain, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can respect about a Muslim or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you do have to face that pain that we face every day, but we numb ourselves up and then we make ourselves sick, you know what I'm saying? Then we have no help, and we got food deserts. So all of these things, like Erica was just saying, is a war on every front, you know what I'm saying? And even our own youth is used against us, the medical field, you know, but yeah, man, Erica, yeah, go ahead, Erica. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to let y'all know because you all, I told you all when my hand first started hurting. I told y'all when my finger first started hurting. And hold on for a second.
All right. Yeah, Bakar, you want to say something?
You know, the medical field, the medical industry to our women is like the police is to black men. The police come and do whatever to most black men. That's how the medical industry tried to treat our women. They have done those forces to retinue some of our women in different places around the world where they can't where they can't have children, and they attack us like Erica said. And they attack us in every way. And since we understand it's a war, I don't understand why some people understand we're at war, but then don't understand strategy. Go
I
ahead, Erica.
told y'all, I told y'all for doctors for black women is like the police for black men. They don't care. I mean, I have never been through this. I was in agony. They told me to take, I thought I was gonna overdose on Tylenol and it wasn't working. When I went to dialysis today, my finger was hurting so bad. I got a friend that works at dialysis. And you know what? She sneaked. She said, you're not gonna hurt today, not with me. She sneaked and gave me pain meds.
You know what? You should have got some until they gave you that. You should have tried. You should have got some like some Motrin, 800 milligrams. Now the
It when
best,
I
it
had
didn't
all of
work.
it.
It didn't work.
None of it was working. My finger is amputated and got about 20 stitches. It wasn't working. I needed real pain meds. And I'm not gonna give you any pain meds. He kept saying it. I'm not gonna give you any pain meds. You put ice on it 5 times a day. That's what he told me to do.
This an Indian doctor,
Mm-mm.
black doctor,
White.
white doctor. Okay, long. Uh, the best pain medicine anyway is weed. And I ain't saying it to be joking. I'm just saying
Yeah, but
if you don't
I
smoke, if you don't
I
smoke, you got to get the medicine.
I got situated today, and so when the doctor wrote the medicine, the prescription for my pain meds, and I went to fill the prescription, guess what the pharmacist said?
What's that?
This is a red flag. I said my finger amputated.
Damn.
I said, I don't abuse pain medicine. I don't even get it.
What pharmacy you go to?
It's a pharmacy down here called You Save It.
Did they gave you your medicine though?
Yeah, because I ended up calling the doctor back. And he said I gave her the prescription and I expect you to fill it. She don't get pain meds.
Oh, it was a
Um,
white one. It was a white woman up there too, right?
yes, that's what I'm telling y'all.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm finna say her name and forecast y'all probably. You know who we should call for stuff like this? We
Cool.
got to use the ones when we can use them. Rashad Rich.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't got a problem with that. Like, yeah, put it out there.
Rashad Rich.
Yeah, I agree. Like, use everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, put that on blast because, like, yo, they do that to like every step of the way. And that's like with all kind of medicine, like the cholesterol medicine, and what I'm saying, like the medicine for diabetes. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff. Like because they really do be doing that, and they don't take the proper blood pressure. They don't, what I'm saying, they wait until they get crazy, then they misdiagnose you. Like the hospitals, they get, like, I know here they got like the student hospital where they don't even know how to put like the catheter in, right? When my dad got in the accident, I don't even know, like, luckily, what I'm saying, like it was all right, but they did everything wrong because it was like student nurses. And that's not even the worst one. The other one is community hospital over in, like, that's another black neighborhood. That's the worst one. Then the other one is, all of the black hospitals does these kind of things. But it's a microcosm of all of it though. And I don't know, man.
It's crazy. I'm just saying, you know, we're being bombarded on every side, and some of us, some of us don't see it until it's us, until it's until it affect you personally. They hurting us. They really are trying to kill us.
They doing it. They killing us. You know what I'm saying? Like, diabetes and all that, like when we be dying at like 50 and 60, that's not normal. Like my homie, like a year or two ago, was 50 something and had something in his heart where like heart leaked or whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they even call it no more. And like, yo, my homegirl, my age, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple months before that, had heart issues, you know what I'm saying? Died. Like it's crazy. These is like 30, 40 some, 50 some year old people, and that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this stuff is not normal. But yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, you definitely need a new doctor, but it's a war on every front. It's up to us to produce them, but like, like, yeah, the ones that's out there, like, and also, you know, we need to help each other. This is the point of what we was trying to do for like emergency stuff, you know what I'm saying? But people just talk about it, you know what I'm saying, and they not really about it. And then when we get like say let's really do it, you know what I'm saying. And by the way, I got a shout out to my brother like Megas and Casidra was saying like we need to put something together to where if we putting these funds together, you know what I'm saying, like, we putting it into a pot or whatever, but I already been down that road. I'm not going down it again. But I mean, like, we the ones that's letting it keep happening over and over. It goes in all paths, you know what I'm saying? Like we being smoked on all paths, like she said, like as young kids killing each other, you know what I'm saying? Our mothers is getting sick, you know what I'm saying? We don't have our fathers like we supposed to. Brothers don't want to be mentors no more. It's crazy. But I don't know, man. So because I was gonna show stuff too, like and you know what, y'all want to say something else?
I agree with you, Bawana. This doctor right here was, you know, now, well, in my area, you just can't go to a doctor. You have to be referred. You have to have a referral. And that's who I was referred to, and I was trying to talk to him he wouldn't listen. And when he told me the tip of my finger was gonna have to be amputated, which I figured that because it had got bad. And when he was like, "But I'm not gonna put you to sleep," I was shaking in my boots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was shaking in my boots, and I was trying to explain to him that I was scared to do that, and I would rather. He was not listening to me. But I just wanted y'all to know what was going on because I've been in extreme pain, just a whole lot of pain. Today is the day that I have finally got release, thanks to my nurse, Cynthia. She said, "I don't care about getting in trouble. I don't care. I'm giving you the pain meds, and I don't care what anybody has to say."
Yeah, yo, is it a way to make sure that she always can like do that?
Hmm.
I said, is it a way to make sure that she can always like make sure that you get your medicine, like the nurse that helped you?
Well, the nurse that helped me, I went to another doctor, and he's the one that gave me the pain meds. He was like, "What the hell was he thinking not giving you pain meds?" And but one, I don't have any kids. But yeah, he was like, "I can't believe." And I said, "Why do they do us like that?" And he was like, "You know why."
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact.
So I just, I like to keep y'all um
Yeah,
updated.
cause I was about to hit you up because like usually Erica will always be on it, you know what I'm saying? But she haven't been saying nothing, you know what I'm saying? And
I
so yeah,
couldn't. I couldn't. I've been in too much pain. All I was doing was laying in the bed, taking Tylenols and something to help me sleep. I couldn't even sleep for the pain. So, but it's much better now. It's much better. But that's a shame that it took 2 weeks for them to give me pain meds. And imagine what they're doing to the people who really can't advocate for themselves.
right.
Or the older people. Just imagine.
Yeah, but Erica, brothers is like, yo, I ain't finna do this, work pounding the street ain't gonna work. And you know what I'm saying? I done did my time. I'm gonna be a cook and all this stuff. I don't know.
That's why it's very important, and I'm telling you the truth. It's very important that we encourage our kids to be doctors and go in the medical field because they are going to take better care of us than all the rest. I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact, you know what I'm saying? And I showed that, but when we talk about the medical stuff and all that stuff, it don't all the black businesses, people don't want to hear that. They just want to hear the arguing and the drama and stuff like that. But that's why it's important that we take like all of this stuff. If we don't take control of our community, guess what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Like we dying from infants to, what I'm saying, whatever age, man.
Killing us slowly because they don't like us or because they think that when he told me I'm going to do this amputation and I'm not going to put you to sleep, the first thing went through my mind was how they used to do surgical procedures on us without any anesthesia, and thinking that we can take pain. And I'm telling you, it's rough.
Yeah. And that's the truth, and that's not even like because they still don't give you the proper anesthesia because they think we like can take pain. Like, yo, Bakar, you was telling us, I remember you was talking about it, they ain't want to give you the proper medicine, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like the painkillers, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a problem. It is a problem. So yeah, I agree with you on that one.
So
I got
we need to get on the ball because we we need to get on the ball and stop fussing about silly stuff, and we need to start addressing what's going on. I mean, we are in a all flat out war, and some of us don't even know it.
Go ahead, Bakar.
I'm listening. I'm gonna listen offline. I was gonna wait till y'all finish. I'm gonna listen offline. And
Okay.
it's getting almost my bedtime.
Yeah, because I'm gonna cut it short because I was gonna talk about a little bit
Plus,
about that too.
I'm really tired, man. I did 3.5 miles a day, man. I'm tired.
Yeah, I got you, my brother. Bakari, like born in the 1960s. I get it, Bakari.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get offline too. I just wanted you all to know what was going on. I
Yeah,
really
definitely.
did.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming on here too, Erica. So yeah, because I was about to I was about to text you like earlier, like you know what I'm saying, but then I noticed that you had hit me back earlier. So
Hmm. Well, all righty, and thank you all for the support.
all right,
All right.
definitely.
All
I'm
right,
going
Grandma.
back to
You
the chat. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, all right, yeah, and Bakari, yeah, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying. I'll let you get out of here, even though you were sounding like your boy from the other day where you only wanted to go in on black people. But I'll give you a pass this time, my
how,
brother.
did- how, how did I go in on black people?
You only talk about the black youth, but you don't want to talk about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I also told the positive of the black youth.
Yeah,
I
that's
said
true.
I said what was wrong. Then I said what I see is good. Because
That's
it's
true. That's
two.
true.
Because it's two sides, and I believe it's more good than bad. And I believe sometimes the good gets caught up, and and they get caught up in bad situations. Sometimes they'll end up getting hurt. But it's more good than the bad. But I was being honest. See, when I talk about graduation, I'm talking about that is something we need to focus on. That is something that we need to talk about. Why our young men ain't graduating? Why our young men ain't graduating? That the ones that graduate and play sports, but the other ones, man, it seems like they just want
But think
to run
about
the.
this though, Bakari. Like, yo, the thing I showed earlier, right? Because this is what my mom said. She was like, yo, he went all the way through school, graduated, and then you know what I'm saying, like was like shot, you know what I'm saying, right where he got the gown on, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
graduation outfit.
hey man, look up and see how many of our youth, man, been fighting at these graduation parties, man. I told my daughter she can't just go to no party. Where you at now? You can't just go to no anybody graduation party. Just go look and go just look. I'm telling you, man, we have some serious work to do. And the people that don't want to be part of doing the work, the people that don't want to pound the pavement, the people that don't want to be part of the mentoring, because it has to be done exactly the way they want it to be done. And I'm gonna tell you, man, because we know we're at war, we know we got to use strategy. And sometimes we got to use what they have put in place that we can use. They didn't put it in place for us, but it's been put in place and we can use it. So let's use their tools against them. Build ourselves up. Let's use their tools to build us until we create our own tools. Let's use the Boys and Girls Club as a place to meet for the mentoring. Let's do that. I'm gonna tell you something else that helps straighten out some of these men. I'm gonna tell you one time, man, I had like 10. These was it was between 5 and 10. It was closer to 10. boxing. They didn't necessarily want to be a boxer. They didn't necessarily want to do the exercise. But until we started doing the exercise together and they was out there and they were learning something, and they would be calling me, we boxing today. Come on, you know the day is not today. We got the day off. Well, what can I do at home? And I showed you jump the rope, jump the rope, jump rope, and practice on your stance. Do that. So when you come here, I know you've been working on it because you know how to get in your proper stance. And it wasn't the fact that they wanted to box, it was the fact of the structure that boxing gives them to be a great boxer, to even be a good boxer. I'm gonna say a professional boxer that's serious about your craft. It takes extreme discipline. Extreme discipline. Well, you'll find football and basketball players, they will have a drink. Then go see how many boxers don't drink. Some of them do. But then go look and see how many don't drink, don't smoke, don't do nothing. It takes serious discipline. Then they schedule a fight. They walk around at 165 and they schedule a fight, and within 2.5 months, they gonna fight at 147 or 140. So they got to lose all that weight in 2.5 months and keep their strength up. Boxing take discipline, and boxing help boxing change people's lives. So if you don't know how to box, but you close to a boxing gym and you want to mentor some kids, talk to the people at the boxing gym and see what can happen. What can you do with them? You go in there and learn the craft with the kids. Or if that's something you want, I'm just saying, learn the craft, learn the sweet signs, learn how to get in a proper boxing stance and throw a punch and show them how to do it. I'm telling you, they were so happy. None of these children was really thinking about boxing. None of them were even thinking about having a real sparring match. None of them. None of them were thinking about that. But they enjoyed the training, the discipline. So then, a couple of them, parents and grandparents called me, thank you. Since they've been training boxing, their grades gone up. I'm telling you, if you have access to a boxing gym, if you have access to a boxing gym and you know a boxing coach, you really don't need a gym. If you learn the craft yourself, they got videos you can learn. They have videos to show you how to get in a proper stance, show you how to jump the rope. Go watch how a boxer jump rope. The discipline it takes to do what, and you're gonna see the ones you're gonna see the ones who want to change and do better. Then you might fool around and get you one that's interested in boxing. So then you have to, okay, well, I ain't no real trainer. I have to give you to a trainer. Yeah. But I'm telling you, it works, man. Take them fishing. That's what I was trying to get people to do. Come on, man. Let's take them fishing. Let's set up something and take the kids to the African American Museum in Huntsville, Alabama. Let's take them on a trip. Let's get the parents, and I had people getting first aid kits for me to take and all this. Because I had friends that was nervous. You're going to need this, just in case something happens. This is part of what you need to go on a trip. But yeah, man, these are some of the things that we can be doing if we want to change our youth. If we want to change the mind of our youth. And even what you're doing that, it's still hard because there's still these other elements that's in the way. But you're going to find the ones that want to change, because the ones that want to change, they're going to start ignoring those elements. And I can say I'm proud to say I've been a part of something where I've had graduated high school. I got some in college now, couple in the military, couple in a trade school that I helped mentor. And I knew a lot of these kids around here that I was a part of helping shape them wanting to go and do something other than being in the streets. And it started with that 501c3 that preacher had, who saw me in the school and wanted me to be a part. If we work with our people, look past ideologies, because you know the preacher gonna go in there talking about God. So you know the preacher gonna be able to come to the school. I probably could have just been in there as much as the preacher was in there, the preacher and the deacon. But what I could do was be up there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 2 hours in that mentoring class, talking to these young men, seeing what they want to do. Probably had about 20 in the class that we were mentoring. And it would be like another 40 or 50 out there playing basketball. That's okay. They came in on Friday to get some peace. So on Friday, we got a chance. So on most Fridays, we got a chance to talk to them because they saw all that pizza coming. So then all of a sudden, they wanted to come in there and be mentored, but they had to do the whole 2 hours. So we got to do it. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us. Got to stop fighting each other. You know, people feel we doomed. They can't be a part because they can't be a part because they don't think anything is gonna come of it anyway because they feel we're doomed. There's no need to try to do anything with a doomed people. And there's no need to bring anyone around that has a doomed mentality. That's my take on it. I could be wrong. Y'all might see it different. But that's how I see it.
Right. I feel you, my brother. I feel you.
So forecast when you go downtown, when you walk up the block tomorrow, go find you a boxing gym.
Yeah, it's a boxing gym not far from here.
Get some of them to use.
Well, it's two of them actually. There's one right across the street. I thought it was like some church thing, but it's actually a boxing gym in there. They just have like church thing on Sundays though. But they
Get you
got
some.
another.
Get some youth and take over there. I'm telling you, get you a couple of them and take over there. You go learn first, man. You go learn how to get in your proper stance and throw a punch. And throw a punch.
I used to
Throw
be able
a
to.
proper punch.
Yeah, because I used to be able to do the exercise for like the boxing 3 minutes. Like that's like 3 minutes a long ass time when
3
you
minutes is a long time. Because you get that rope, you know how long you have to jump rope? Because a round is 3 minutes. So you jump rope for 3 minutes straight. Then you realize how long 3 minutes really is. Just get that rope. You ain't got to go real fast. You got to be able to go 3 minutes straight. 3 minutes straight. Then you get the point. You get to the point, man. People used to, white man, I used to be able to. You ever seen like Sugar Ray Leonard jump rope? I couldn't do it as good as him and Floyd Mayweather. But I could do all that, man. Got to the point I could do all that.
Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't. I can't do that. I could do other things, but not that.
No, I could do all that with that rope, man. I could do all that with that rope, man. But I used to be in the boxing gym about 4 days a week though.
No, but jump up just without the rope. Jump up and down for 3 minutes straight and see if your calves burn. Which is something that you need to be doing though. I was listening to MD2 the other day. I forget the name of it, but it started with an S. But that muscle like right with behind your you're on your back, but on your shoulder though. I forget what it's spatula or something like that. And like working that out because that young brother got choked out on the damn train. You want to be in shape, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to be in shape, and that's just even survival or anything, you know what I'm saying, or just living a healthy life. But just jump for 3 minutes straight. Do anything for 3 minutes straight. You'll see.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something that's still crazy. Get in a proper boxing stance for 3 minutes. A proper boxing stance, and you're gonna be on the ball of your foot. You right hand, right?
Yeah.
You're right or lefty.
All right.
So your left gonna be in the front. Your right, and you're gonna be on the ball of your right foot. Because if you notice when you watch boxing, now that I'm saying this, I don't know how close you watch it. When next time you watch boxing, especially when the fight first start, and if they're righty, when you watch their right foot, their heel is all the way in the air. They're on the ball of their foot.
Yeah.
Do that Get in a proper boxing stance for 3 minutes. Watch how you be sweating.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, like yo, you got to be on the balls of your feet so you can be agile and stuff like that.
Watch, I'm telling you, watch how you be sweating. That's why in the later rounds they like, oh, he's starting to get flat foot. Yeah, he's starting to get flat foot because that calf is starting to cramp up and everything.
All right, facts. But let me see that, Joe. Like Erica said.
Okay, I'm gonna have to show y'all a proper. I'm gonna have to show y'all a proper boxing stance one day. I'm gonna have to.
No, for 3 minutes. Then they know just what.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to show y'all. I'm gonna have to show y'all a proper boxing stance. Matter of fact, I'm gonna film myself. Matter of fact, no, I can't. I'm gonna film my son working the mitts. You see how Floyd Mayweather hit the mitts?
Yeah.
Me and my son used to do that, man.
Yeah, I know. Used to.
Because we used to be, but it seems extremely hard, and it is if you've never done it. But like he used to hit the mitts like that. He had his combinations down and everything. I was concerned about power. I ain't have all them combinations. They used to tell me I'm gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, Mike Tyson says speed and accuracy, son. That's what it is. Speed and accuracy.
Yeah. We used to hit the speed bag and everything, man.
Yeah. But no, you definitely want to be in shape, you know what I'm saying, just in case, you know what I'm saying? You never know what's gonna happen, right?
I'm gonna give y'all 3 minutes of jumping rope. I don't know about the
Nah, do the 3 minutes, just the hopping part. We ain't gotta do the
the 3 minutes jumping up and down. Oh yeah, you just look. And God forbid you get in your stance, then they tell you, then you squat down with your hands next to your chin, defending yourself like you ducking the punch. You ever notice when they duck, they just go straight down and bounce straight up, right?
Yeah.
So when you get in your stance, just duck, go straight down like halfway. Oh my goodness, you talking about some pain. I see 10, 11-year-old break down in tears.
Right. But it needs to be done though. That's who it needs to be done to, the 10, 11-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Like before you let them get to these street people where they got guns at 14 and locked up 19 times. You know what I'm saying? Maybe reach them before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah. Hey, them burpees ain't no punk either. But you know who used to be in the boxing gym more?
Who that?
A whole lot. Well, I ain't gonna say more. It was about even. But a lot of black women take boxing. Take boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. A lot of black women be in those self-defensive classes. A lot. Boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. A lot of black women be in those classes.
Yeah, Angle Fry, I see a lot of like teenage young boys in there, you know what I'm saying? The ones that I like, but I only see like one, you know what I'm saying, like or two, you know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something else I learned. Cause my son, we trained MMA too. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm a pretty good trainer. My son is 2-0 in amateurs. My daughter is 1-0, right? That was all they needed. Neither one of them wanted to fight professional. But I'm gonna tell you something I learned about being in the MMA gym. A lot of white boys, white girls, I'm telling you, they taking this stuff just to get in a fight with you. Go into those gyms, especially an MMA gym, especially if you're in the right area. You can go in and you can hear them talk about it. Now I'm saying get in a fight with you, because I know that's what they want to fight us. But you can see them in there taking a training, and you can just hear them talking about they're gonna wait till they get in the fight with somebody in the streets. I'm telling you, they taking this stuff to fight us.
That's why they call that white boy a hero and raised 1.3. He didn't choke somebody out on the train. Like he used the MMA move, legal chokehold. You know what I'm saying? Like they training for this, and we ain't training. We like having bad diets. We not training. We not doing exercises. We shoot each other up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they training for this, like to be in a fight with you. And the one thing that you don't want to lose the advantage that we've generally probably had for like thousands of years is being able to whip their ass in the fight. You don't want to lose that advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but I'm telling you that they training to fight. They are training to fight in a street fight.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a
I got
fact.
to. I do have to get back to my boxing. The last time I boxed, I got touched a little bit. I got touched too much. I was fun with my son. I got touched. I got touched a little bit too much, like way too much.
Your son put them his son put them hands on you, huh?
You know, when he like, Dad, you slowing down. That punch couldn't hit you a long time ago. So I'm like, well, I let you hit me just to see what you got.
All right, Bakari.
I let you hit me.
Yeah, they're picking on the weaker of us. Exactly, But
I'm-
and it was a brother holding them down too. So
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something else we need to do. Stretch, like really stretch. Man, you can do about 15, 20 minutes of stretching before you start exercise. Really stretch. Yeah, we don't walk them 30 minutes. I did 3.5 miles a day, highly favored. 3.5. But we have to start stretching. Like she says, she getting ready to walk. She needs to stretch. She needs to her calves, her hamstring. I went to chiropractor. That dude started. He tried to pop my leg. That dude was like, God, this. He was like, God damn. I'm like, God damn what? He said, man, you ever heard the saying stiff as a board? I'm like, yeah. He said, man, your leg is like concrete. It don't it don't bend at all. I had to start back stretching, man. I'm telling you, you got to stretch. Stretch too. Yeah, you
yeah,
need to stretch.
yeah, but one it was like no such thing as a fair street fight. Kung Fu won't work. But you want to be in shape enough to where you ain't tired and wheezing, you know what I'm saying? Because then you'll get caught slipping. That's why they're staying in shape, you know what I'm saying, and trying to train. They train and getting their ass whooped for like, you know what I'm saying, hours at a time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's about staying in shape and being able to like have the physical ability to protect yourself. Like it's a shame, like I hear a lot of brothers saying, and I hear MD2 at the age that he is talking about like I want to get in shape so that I can be able to protect myself if something happened, you know what I'm saying? So like yeah, and stretching is definitely important, you know what I'm saying? Because when you want to definitely do that, but you want to be in shape so you can defend yourself, you know what I mean? So
In boxing is like the best exercise because you work your whole body. Man, look at those boxers' bodies, most of them, especially good ones. Look at how in shape they are. And if you never touched the boxer, grabbed the boxer, I'm willing to bet you Floyd Mayweather is probably at 147 pounds, is probably as strong as the average man, 190, 200 pounds. They're really, and they don't touch no weights, but they're extremely strong. The little ones, they're extremely strong. They're extremely strong.
and even though the youth is starting to use the gun violence and stuff like that, like there's no joke with the hands, you know what I'm saying? Like go fight a boxer if you want to, thinking that don't work in the street. Somebody who a real boxer too, not just, even the people who just fight in the gym. Try to fight one of them, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that it makes a difference, practice makes a difference. Knowing how to throw a proper punch makes a difference from you just throwing your hands, you know what I'm saying? Like using your weight and you know what I'm saying? And again, you don't want to be tired either, you know what I'm saying?
And yep, because you got to know how to turn your hips, put your power in it with your hips. So, how the favor do you run on the treadmill, on the track, or on like the street, the sidewalk? Because that has something to do with your knees too, especially if you on especially concrete. Concrete is not good for your feet or your knees. Should nobody really run on the sidewalk? And they'll tell you that. Should nobody really run on the sidewalk? That's not good. That's not good for your feet and knees at all. Go to a track and run. Just go run a mile on the track, then go run a mile on the sidewalk and feel the difference.
All right. I ain't messing my knee up, then I ain't getting no medicine.
Yeah, footwear is very important. Don't do like me, because I'm gonna tell you something. I was shot by Price, and I don't like people names on me. I went and bought some shoes one time to run it, and this one I was running on a regular basis. I was running. I went and bought some $15 shoes. Somebody asked me what kind of shoes were they? They were $15 shoes. Man, I ran 3 miles in them shoes. Goodness. I think my feet were sore for like 3 days. I just went ahead and threw them away. So for my feet, I prefer New Balance to run in. Because I ain't found me no black company that make running shoes. I prefer New Balance to run in.
Man, you know what's crazy though, Bakar? It might be it's kind of left field though, but we was like running on the sidewalk, and I remember people used to be like, "Yo, I'm gonna make them bite the curb and shit like that." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's bro, that's crazy. Just like based off what we was talking about earlier, how we do it to each other. But like when I say that, they were saying that to other black people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important to be in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you never know who is doing what. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what's going on in the world today, you know what I'm saying? And you want to have the means, every means, whether it be like we talk about the gun safety, but also the physical safety, because you may not always be in a position to where you can do that. And you want to be in shape, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like stuck out there or caught slipping or somebody try you and you don't, you know, you're not prepared. Being prepared is all of the above, like getting batteries all the way to being in shape, you know what I'm saying? So it's all important.
Yeah. No, highly favored. I wasn't talking about you. I'm just saying, because I ran on the sidewalk and I ran on the track and I ran on the treadmill. And I know that concrete ain't got no give. It hurt.
Yeah.
But hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. You can probably get you some good New Balance running shoes where New Balance, their running shoes is gone up. You just better get you some good New Balance running shoes for about $30 or $40. Those are the best running shoes I ever had. Like I would take New Balance running shoes over any running shoe, unless I can find some shoes cheaper than New Balance. Now I prefer New Balance running shoes, but I'm gonna shop by price. I'm gonna be honest, man, you know. But
And you just talk about footwear important.
it's very important. That's why I'm telling them to get New Balance. But that's what I prefer. Some people prefer Nike. I prefer an Adidas. I prefer New Balance when it comes to doing cardio. I've tried Nikes. Matter of fact, I have a pair of Adidas now because they were on sale. And I tried Nike, Adidas, Reebok. Nothing compare. Nothing compare to New Balance. Oh, you like Skechers? I ain't never tried Skechers. I never tried. Oh, you like New Balance, Miss Vita? Yeah, them New Balance running shoes, good, man. I promise your feet, you don't feel nothing, man. You go run or walk, whatever it is you prefer. Because you know you can walk just as good as running. People don't know how walking get you in shape too. You have stamina, but
Right. Yeah, I walk like an hour, at least an hour every day if I don't do nothing else.
yeah, man, you get you some New Balance, man, and watch how good your feet feel. But you ain't gonna feel nothing when you're done. Oh, I ain't no Skechers had no running shoes. They good. I'll try Skechers. They ain't with $20. Don't 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 make me start calling them Skechers $20 shoes like them $15 shoes I had. They were just some 15. Man, I'm gonna get off of here, man. Thank you for letting me speak. And peace to everybody in the chat. Look, I'm gonna be going live soon. I think I might be back for a little while anyway. I'm gonna be going live soon.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to hit up this guy.
And you can put your channel, and anybody that got a channel can put your channels in the chat. You could do that too, Bakari.
All right, I'm trying to hit up this guy. I'm gonna try to get this guy from Corporation Jackson. You ever heard of that organization?
No.
Corporation Jackson. I'm gonna try to do an interview with him, bring him to the channel if I can. And they doing corporative, and they buying up. Hey, they buying up the block. And I was watching a couple of my HBCU channels last night, and those people, it was some guys that graduated from Jackson State too. They wasn't part of Operation Jackson. They said they don't want nobody to come take their neighborhood. So they got organizations that buying up houses, fixing them, giving people affordable houses. the guy from Corporation Jackson, I think they just put a couple people in the house that didn't have nowhere to go. And if I remember correctly, that's what it sounded like he said. But I'm gonna go through his interview again, and I'm gonna see if I can get him to come on my channel and talk about how they're doing it, because they trying to. It's more things that they're doing too. They're looking at getting a cooperative community on farmland too. So when we find people that doing stuff, we need to bring them on, and then maybe we can take some of their ideas and use it for what we want to do. You feel me?
Yo, it's a brother that Blue was just telling me about. Maybe I don't know if he would want to come on here or not, because I know I'd be wilding sometimes. Or they, as Bobby Wright say, they only black people be like black people's too extreme. But that brother is doing some good things. I hope that I could like talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like it, like work with him, and then bring him on here to talk about what he's doing. I don't want to put it out there like that, but
yeah,
he's like reaching out to the people too. So I hope that I can, talk to him.
Yep. And I'm still trying to get my interview. My dude Stanley was going to come on. Man, I can't even think of the name of their organization now. But we can follow. I got to look him up online, and I had the name of the organization again, because I told you about. I even did a show about them. They literally shut down 5 Arab-owned gas stations in Jackson. They just start going out there every day, standing up, saying, "Don't go. This store don't treat our people right. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go." And people listening didn't go. A few of them ended up being black-owned. But I had the name of that organization again, and I'll pull up what they did and show it again, because I know I did a show about them before.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Koku said he gonna do a interview in a musical group soon. Definitely, yeah. I appreciate Koku's interviews and like stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you gonna do a musical group. That's good. You know who? You should get man, I can't even think of the name of the group now. I'm having a brain freeze. But all right, man, I'm gonna get off here. Thank you for letting me speak, man. I'm gonna listen offline. Peace to the chat.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you, Bakari, for coming through. And
Hold
yeah,
up, and once again, by the way, y'all share this show to y'all other social media accounts. I every time I share on Instagram, on Instagram you can only share direct to people, right?
I don't know. Probably, I think so. You could post it, but like I guess it depends on the followers. But you could send it straight to people too.
Yeah, I don't how would I don't know how to post it. It don't let me post it.
I don't know if you could post it. I don't know. Maybe you can post to YouTube. I don't know. I don't know if you could post to YouTube live or not.
And my damn Twitter won't let me post. Twitter won't let me post nothing no more.
Yeah, it's all good though. You know what I'm saying? Like the right people are here at the right time. They be hating, but there'd be more people listening. And like, yeah, we need to be shared more. And like I said, Bakari, more people listen to the show where people was saying some crazy stuff than they would about the show you did about black businesses. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep, you know what, and that's okay, because I'm going out this week and get me some more businesses to interview and talk to, so I can bring them so I can bring them on my channel. Try to set up some more interviews with black business owners to come on my channel. I don't care what they're gonna listen to, but I know one thing: the ones who don't want to listen, what you say? They're the Twitter won't let me share nothing. But the ones who are men folk, they'll come through.
if you
They
build it,
will.
they will come.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's true. It's true, y'all. Y'all came, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build it and y'all came. So and
And yeah, so another I'm gonna cut the show short, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna show. I'll do it I guess tomorrow or another day, you know what I'm saying, where I'll show the rest of the stuff I was gonna show. But like yeah, the brother is doing some great things. Hopefully I can like work with him and then like we can link other people who doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? So um like yo, because he's actually in the streets pounding the pavements. Bakari, how about that? You know, now I haven't talked to him before, so I can't promise it ain't no people of color stuff going on either. But that's neither here nor there. I ain't going to focus on the negative. I'm focused on the positive.
Yep, that's what I was just getting ready to say, man. Sometimes, bro, just go ahead if that's what they're about. Let them have that as long as we can use them. As long as we can get them to help us, man. Sometimes we got to let that ride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, cause we do. Nah, I feel you. I do.
You got to, or you just won't be or we'll never get nowhere.
Yeah, I feel you, my brother.
If we can't understand other people differences.
Now, come on, that's not a other people difference. We know that's a sickness going on, but I feel what you're saying, though. But no, yeah, because the brother is doing some great thing. I don't even know if he's on that kind of time, so I got to talk to him first. You know what I'm saying? But it's still opportunity that we can use. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. You know, once I talk to him, so and he a brother, so that is like near me, so I can actually like meet him. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yep, that's good if he close to you. But all right, man, let me get over here.
All right, my brother.
It's getting late. I'm getting sleepy. All right.
All right.
Peace.
And it's 11:11. If anybody know anything about that, you know what I'm saying. It's a good time to like cut it off, and I'll finish it the next time. You know what I'm saying. So, uh, and this is, and let me play this last thing right here, right? Because this is what I was gonna show, and I wanted to show more stuff, but I was talking about you know, the sister, and this is what I'm gonna pick off, but I still wanted to play, you know, her son here, you know what I'm saying? So this is what we're gonna talk about next time, right?
Happen. I just want to thank everybody for coming out for my mother.
Words from a young boy whose family says he witnessed his mother being shot Friday night. They say AJ Owens died after she was shot through the door following a confrontation with a woman.
She took a personal item, iPad, tablet, electronic device that belonged to a child. He tried to retrieve it. She threw skates at him.
Owens is
Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. This was the right one.
Who was shot by
Oh no, it was the right one.
mother says the kids told their mom what happened, and when she went to Ocala demanding an arrest in the case.
I wish our shooter would have called us.
Sheriff Billy Wood says his office wants.
Right, I don't know. It was one where the kids was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna discuss it. You know what I'm saying? And discuss this one. You know what I'm saying? Where the young brother got shot up. You know, I mean, we'll talk about it next time. You know what I'm saying? Because there's other stuff that one with what we said, but listen, it's the menticide that's in our community that is a problem, you know what I'm saying? And it's easier for us to go at each other, and it's crazy. And then we letting each other off the hook. Like, you know, it's up to all of us to make a change if that's what we want to see, you know. And young brothers, if you can do something like that, that's why I don't say beat somebody within the inch of their life, because we wouldn't do that to each other, man. Like, it's really disgusting, you know what I'm saying? So like, and y'all probably hear about this on the news and stuff like that tomorrow, but they're going to use it for all kind of ways and methods and stuff like that, and use it against us. So like, man, yeah, man, it's definitely a subject that we need to talk about, you know what I'm saying? But we can't give up on the youth, and we have to play our role, and we have to stop being weak as men, you know what I'm saying? Because that was other things that I wanted to show, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, man, I'll come back tomorrow or the next day. If somebody doing something tomorrow, I'll do it the next day. But I'll come back tomorrow if not, and I'll show the rest of the stuff, and we'll go back to what I wanted to talk about. But I definitely had to show what was going on downtown because it's sick, you know what I'm saying? It was just a crazy day. I found out, you know what I'm saying, a brother that I knew since I was like, you know, in elementary, you know, died Friday, you know what I'm saying? Then I seen this stuff with the sister, then all that crazy stuff happened, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's you don't want these casualties to hit close to home, man. That's why we have to do something about it now. You know what I'm saying? But we give away our children, our communities, we give away everything. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all of y'all. Highly favored Miss Vita, Koku, definitely Erica and Bakari for hopping on. I thank y'all, and I definitely hope Erica feel better. But you know, this is a part of not just talking about it and being about it and having these funds. And I don't know, man. But shouts out to Considera. Y'all subscribe to Considera and support everything that she's doing. I interviewed this sister early before, Tim's and Hill's sister, you know what I'm saying, who have her own trucking company. Maybe I should reach out to her and bring her back because she doing something great, you know, man. So shouts out to everybody that came in here. Raw, my brother MG2, Maya the Rainbow Goddess, you know, she was in here and it's been a minute. Shouts out to her. Man, shouts out to my brother MG2, my brother Black Megas, you know what I'm saying? He on IG, subscribe to her, you know what I'm saying? So subscribe to all of these people and shouts out to all of y'all. And you know, I appreciate all of y'all for real for listening. I'll be back tomorrow, you know, but I'm gonna let Bobby E. Wright have the last word, even though I already had a long last word, but
asked for being paid for 262 years, for 250 years of slave labor. We have never even asked them to pay us. Even we say, oh, they don't owe us nothing. The hell they don't. They owe us blood and nothing else. That's menticide. That's menticide. People keep asking, why do blacks kill blacks? Why do we treat each other so bad? Blacks kill blacks. Why? Because they've never been trained to kill whites. Therefore, it's outside their experience. You kill and you love people you've been trained to do that too. We have been trained, and we've been trained not to love black folks. We've been trained to kill black folks like everybody else.
yeah, facts. Time to reschedule, reset our training. And guess who's going to do it? Nobody but us. All right. So I appreciate y'all. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something or we're going to keep falling for anything.